the pines, they often whisper. They whisper what no tongue can tell. Who drinks from the deep water? May he know the depths of the well. Stand unshaken amidst the crash of the world. May I stand unshaken amidst the crash of the world. Oh, traveler, what have you seen? Where there crossroads, where you been, where you been? I once was standing tall, now I feel my back's against the wall. Stand unshaken amidst the crash of the world. May I stand unshaken.
I do a great job of taking bad adventures and making them good, and I'm going to get back to that. That's my comfort zone. Let's see.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
You okay? What's wrong? What was that noise?
Medication.
Oh, medication.
And then I also dropped like $400 today. So
Why would you?
On medication?
no, to go to a convention and to get like head of the line privileges because I don't want to wait in line.
Yeah, waiting in line sucks, bro.
So I just want to give people the finger as I get to meet my VTubers and be like, "Fuck you, I'm going head of the line."
That's right. Treat yourself. Take care of yourself. You work hard.
Is Strahd supposed to be a meat grinder?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. If they don't want it to be a meat grinder, you need to talk about that at like session 0, because it's the most meat grinder official adventure, more meat grinder than Tomb of Annihilation.
Our 4 4th level characters found the bone grinder.
Listen, hey, we don't need to talk about that stuff. We don't need to talk about that stuff. All right. But I hope your new characters have a good time. God damn. Listen, the universe is like really taunting me. I'm trying to like just be at my desk, and my controller just fell in my lap, and it was like a bad comedy skit. Like every time I grabbed it, it would fall back into my lap, and every time I put it on the desk, it would fall back into my lap like a ghost. Was trying to tell me that I should have played Marvel Rivals instead of prepping my least favorite campaign of all time. All right.
Speaking of ghosts, I'm going to be playtesting the Necromancer.
I mean, I've already done it. I too have played Diablo. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know.
Diablo.
Yeah, but all right. So, Outlaws of Alkenstar, Sunset. This is our final session. For, I guess, posterity, we will have a Faxpiration question. And that Faxpiration question is going to be, could be anything. Let's see. 1D 500. 7. All right. This is an adventuring question. What are your adventuring ambitions? What are you hoping to get out of all of this?
Less. Question. Right.
The first session question on the last session, hell yeah. But hey, you know, things might have changed. Things might have changed. You may yet need to add a D3 to any dice roll, so keep that in mind. Does anybody for a 3rd hero point and a 3rd hero card draw want to sum up what happened last week? I feel like a lot happened last week. Oh, wow.
Anyone can beat me.
Anyone at all. Yeah, okay. Good thing we're pretty much done with the campaign. All right,
Yeah.
so Jericho with a 2, going once, going twice. Jericho, darling, what happened last week?
Well, last time on Outlaws of Alkenstar Sunset, we once again find ourselves in the middle of a fierce battle with several firefighting robots, Loveless, another robot, and a death hippo. We opened up with Kelly being the man of the hour, going and getting both Jericho and Henry up to get back into the fight, and it's kind of just the combat went. We were punching, we were trying to get Loveless out of here. It wasn't working out too well. We ended up making a hole in the floor that led further down to the cargo deck. We had plans to shove the bomb that was now disarmed out of the boat. However, Loveless got to it first, and she put some pyronite charges on the bomb. So when the bomb fell and slid out of the boat, it did end up blowing up. But honestly, that's fine. You know, it didn't blow us up, and that's the important thing. So we kept fighting. Henry pushed Loveless down into the cargo bay. Jericho followed. We triggered the death hippo. Murdering still happened above, trying to get rid of these freaking firefighting robots. But luck was on our side because of the electric arcs that were coming through the boat, causing us to teleport occasionally. It caused, I think, like 3 or 4 of those robots to teleport off the ship and fall off the waterfall, including the death hippo, which was great. Unfortunately, Loveless managed to get away. While she was down there with the death hippo and Jericho, she realized that she could not spend action economy trying to fight the hippo, so she flew away. And who knows, maybe we'll see her again in the last hour or 2 hours of this game. Maybe she'll come back and we'll have one final showdown. Who knows? But she's gone. Ebrium is gone too, I think. And his girlfriend. Gosh, she was still around. I think everyone kind of left, or to some degree. What was his name? Big gamer robot? I can't remember his name.
Gamer Big Unit.
Gamer Big Unit. He's still around. We managed to convince him to help us in what was going on as he took us from the firefighting robots, and eventually we all made it down the cargo bay as Henry, Jericho, and Grom got ready to disarm this bomb. Grom spent one of his actions to recognize that this bomb only had 30 seconds left to disarm it, and we still need to make four checks. So, just because he's the nicest goblin boy, and he's so innocent, he just politely asked Parsis, "Hey, you were one of the bad guys. Do you happen to have the key for this bomb?" At which point Parsis looks into his bag and he goes, "Oh, I do." He pulls out the key to Cargo Bay F8, which is where we were. Some could say it was fate. So we used the key to disarm the bomb, and with all the bombs now disarmed or exploded at the end of the waterfall, all the enemies have been dispatched, or the enemies that are still around are on our side now for this brief amount of time. We have a few things we still need to get done before the ship goes over the edge. Save the civilians, maybe, and also find a way to get ourselves off of this boat as well, before it goes over. So that's kind of where we come back in. We're gonna go around, save who we can, and get out of here.
Yeah, you forgot the part where at least 2 players flipped the table that last session.
Well, you know, these things happen. We made it out. That's okay.
Why did they flip the table?
That's what the Parsis revealed. I'm pretty sure Lee and I like.
Listen, they were planning to kill him, and they were planning to betray him the entire time. Why would they give him a key? I mean, it just boggles my mind. But it makes
There
sense.
were 3 bad guys and
know.
and there were 3 bombs.
I know. And they were planning to murder him. They let him keep the key.
Well, to be
Well,
fair,
they didn't want.
If
They
on
did.
the ship, the key wouldn't have been on the ship, so it actually would have been safer
I
than the
know.
other 2.
I listened.
Well, no, I mean, Lovelous's key fits all of them,
Oh,
but
okay, I see.
to
I
make
see.
him feel like he was a part of what was going on, he
I
had
see, I
had a key.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Listen,
I
I
thi-
get it. I understand it. I just
Mhm.
Parsis needs to be more aware of his inventory management. Is all I'm saying.
Oh, is that right? Oh, okay, okay.
Just
I feel like it was the most accurate role playing of a TTRPG character ever. That someone had to ask them if they had the thing that was needed for them to be like, oh yeah, I do. Yeah.
He doesn't look at his inventory before every single session.
Listen,
every single
I'm
time.
gonna blow your mind. Very few humans are like you. I just want to throw that out there.
Oh, okay.
You're a very unique specimen. Like, yeah,
Fair enough.
most people just show up. I'll never forget the guy we were fighting. Orcus. Orcus is flying around. Why wouldn't he? He's Orcus, and the melee guy is like, oh no, I can't get him, and he spent the whole final battle unable to get him, even though he had a figurine of Wondrous Power Griffin in his backpack.
Lovely.
Yeah, so that's real life. That's real players. That's how it's done. All right. Well, that's a pretty accurate summation.
It's
Take
close
your third
enough.
hero point
Yeah,
and your
yeah.
third hero card. Does anybody want to answer this question? What are your adventuring ambitions? What are you hoping to get out of all this?
Here. Oh.
Oh, there we go.
What the hell?
Look at
Whoa!
The
Look at
answer.
us. Look at us.
Oh.
Oh,
How you doing?
Unbelievable. Oh, wait.
Incredible.
Oh, I saw it on that 20. I did
no.
see it on the 20. I did see it slide on the 20. That would have been the sickest shit. All right. Grom.
Grom just wanted to clear his name so he could go back to his life. That was his main purposes. He didn't want to be involved, really.
Okay.
But everybody's like saw his wanted posters with his face all over the place, and his mom now thinks he's a drug dealer, apparently. So, yeah, he wants to clear his name and go back to his old life, and hopefully not get sucked into some weird, fate-driven adventure after this.
That's heavily endorsed by the guy running it. Nice. All right. Cool. You may ask the same question of any willing PC or any NPC you've met during the adventure.
Oh, we'll ask Kelly.
R.I.P. Kelly.
Brains.
Oh, dang, bro. RP in it. All right. Well, Grom, here. I'll poop out the last factspiration. Here you go. Blurp. We'll apply it to your mini. And then we'll hop back in because you do have some things left to do. I mean, there is this like ship getting ready to plummet over the falls. It do have a lot of people in it. I don't know if you want to save the people or you just want to get out.
We drop the people first.
Oh my god.
Well, Henry's saving at least one person on the ship.
Himself.
No.
Okay, so 2 people. All right, I got it.
I can't guarantee that.
All right, let's see. Okay.
Can we safely assume our B team members are with us to some degree?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, they're B team members. They'll make it through.
Okay.
Unless narratively, I think it'd be cooler if they didn't. So.
Oh no.
But you know, that only happens like at the very end of a campaign usually.
Good
So.
thing we're not there.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Let me turn on the levels before I bring everybody over. So, our experience with levels, there was some parts that were a little rough with all the auras, the auto-calculating auras that were like, oh, I have to go in multiple directions and through floors and up staircases and stuff. I made an 11-floor tall Castle Ravenloft in levels, and I ran it on Sunday, and it was rough. It was a rough time. That's okay.
It's always rough with the castle, no matter what.
Yeah,
we try to do.
any map is just not the right. That's can't do it. Just can't do it. even IRL, you'd have to build an entire castle and then take the levels up and off. This is nothing you could do yet, till the Celasta mod drops.
It's already there.
All right.
Let's go.
Let's see. Clearing this out. Did we leave a note for ourselves? Round 13, hazards are cleared.
That was last session. Last
Oh,
session.
oh, wow. Yeah, because you guys are already on 18 and this place is going to blow up soon. Oh, shit. That's so much worse. So did we just leave off at the end of Jet Li's turn? Or Jet Re's turn? Yeah, okay. Grom, I guess to you?
We're not on the map.
Oh, you're not on the map? All right, hold on.
Also, I thought we were like skill
Yeah,
challenge.
we're top of the turn
island.
order.
Oh, yeah. You're going to skill challenge if you don't get out. Wait, no. We were going to skill challenge, but then there was like a lot of things that you needed to do that involved like a lot of getting places and doing. We'll just skill challenge it. That's fine. We'll just skill challenge it. All right. In that case, I guess I'll go one by one. I'll ask you guys, what are you trying to accomplish in the less than a minute that's left before the ship blows up?
Who has a snap leaf?
We all should,
We all
hopefully.
should. Okay.
I do not have one.
I do not have one.
Okay.
Oh,
Well, I have one.
I have
Good.
one.
that's great to hear.
So how much bulk could a huge sized creature carry? Or how many people could a huge sized creature carry?
How many people can a
Mhm.
huge sized creature carry?
Yeah.
I mean, technically, by these rules, I'd say 9, right?
Great.
Like, yeah.
So can we just load up on Jericho, and she'll just snap leaf everyone down, and they just ride on her?
I don't think Snapleaf cares if you're over encumbered. It would be about being able to move over the side. Does being huge increase your bulk capacity?
I'm assuming it does. Yeah. Let me check.
No,
Pretty
easy
bold.
on-
Pretty bold of you to
Yeah.
assume. Yeah, pretty bold of you to assume. Damn.
I know, I shouldn't. Because creature tries to huge. Stats bonus. No, it doesn't say in the spell, but it should go up if you increase your size to huge. Hang on, let me apply it to myself and see.
All right.
Let me see what it
That'll be the
says.
final determining factor, right? Like
How do you get rid of sickened again? That's something
you
I can do?
throw up. Throw up.
All right.
Which is the Constitution save against the DC that originally made you sick, which in this case would be 30. But it does take 1 action to do so. So what I'm gonna do?
Bulk, yes.
It does increase your bulk. Okay.
Yes.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna check a couple of things real quick, so that we have some maths to work with. All right, and then we go over here. Gonna grab this. All right. So let's see. Round 23, start of the round, and you guys were ending round 18. So you have 19, 20, 21, 22. You have 4 rounds. Okay. So realistically, you have 4 rounds, which equates to, without quickened, 12 Pac-Mans. And then essentially, we'll say like 45-ish seconds. So that's a lot to try to do in a very short amount of time. That's why I definitely need, before we generate these skill challenges, for you to give me a realistic goal that you could do in 4 rounds. Keep in mind that the ship won't blow up anymore because all the bombs are disarmed. However, the ship is also about to go over the falls. So, who's up first? Jet Re? Grom?
Question.
Okay.
Was asked in Discord. Is it possible to save the ship by like having everybody move or moving stuff to one end or the other?
At this point, the damage that the ship has taken is too great. You guys can't see it, but the water is like filling up and getting ready to essentially burst. and just come all the way down to this side of the ship. Like it's too far gone.
Look it up.
All right, 1 door per person. We'll be fine.
Well, I just so Grom, do you have a goal that you're trying to achieve in this precious time that's left?
We don't have enough time to. I mean, he would like to try and save some of the passengers, but with 45 seconds, that's not enough time to do that. Really, he's gonna try and save the people in this room.
Okay.
And if in the process they see somebody else that he can try and help, he'll do that. But he's not going to go looking for anybody else.
Ooh, okay. So you are not going to look for anybody. You're just going to focus on saving yourself and your allies.
Yeah. I mean, he would like to, but I just don't think we have enough time to do much more than that, unfortunately.
Okay. All right, Jericho. Whoa, what's this action economy getting big? What's this action economy?
I was fixing something. Sorry, don't mind me.
What is your goal? Here.
Make sure Vashon is out. I trust everyone else to be competent enough. I don't care about the civilians.
Wow. Okay. All right.
Unless Henry gives me those puppy dog eyes and goes, Jericho, my cousin or something is upstairs. Please help.
Sister-in-law. My dead brother's wife. You know.
Would you like assistance saving her, Henry?
Absolutely. That's Henry's only got 1 goal. Go save her and jump off. Snap leave if we got to.
I will.
Man, that's pretty good puppy dog eyes, considering he doesn't have any. All right.
I will assist Henry then, just for the purpose of action economy opening doors.
Okay.
I'll help Henry too if he says he wants to do that.
Aw, all right, that's nice.
He's very loud. I have to go save Nora, and then he's like he kicks the wheels on his shoes and skates.
Yeah. Okay.
He's skating uphill.
Yeah. Well, listen, this is Pathfinder. You actually can get away with going upstairs with these magic wheels.
Yes, but something that we've never respected, but does exist in the game, is going upstairs is actually difficult terrain. Yeah, so is flying straight up. It's also difficult terrain. All right, so that's 3 for rescue Nora. Jet Ree, what's your move?
Get Phoebe and her wife to safety.
Okay.
Basically. Since the others are focused there, they're not I have
fair. Okay, yeah.
I have my faculties of the ship kind of. I can, and they probably don't. They probably
All
need
right.
some guidance.
Okay.
Shout for Woodchop. Tell him, Woodchop, it's time to go.
Oh yeah, he's still up in the bathtub. Yeah, that's true. Okay. So you're gonna lead them out, grab Woodchop, and then on either side of the ship, there are, rocks that people have been evacuating to. Okay. And then Kelly, your undead Clockwork master, he does like the uppies gesture so that you can fly the 2 of you to safety.
All right.
Unless there's a part of Kelly in there that needs to do something more before it ends.
Is it turn them to get to the top of the deck?
Are you telling Parsis that?
Just telling everyone here.
Oh, okay.
Then I'll grab Parsis and fly him out.
Oh, okay. Hell yeah.
What did you say, Kelly?
Get to the top. He went good to the top of the deck.
Get to the top. All right.
His plan is to tie a rope from the side and hold it, so people can try to slide across it onto the.
Hype. Okay.
Trying to get passengers out.
All right. I like that. So you're gonna go with Parsis, fly over and around, and then try to get facilitate people climbing onto the rocks and getting off the ship.
Secure a line between the boat and the rocks and try to get it to some people to slide down.
Beautiful. Okay. Let's see. All right. I think I have enough to work with here. Mm-hmm.
Since 3 of us are going to save the sister-in-law, I am just gonna kind of, rage loot as we go up there.
You
Don't
get a
you have an
rage.
action economy of rage looting.
Well,
Yeah, that. Do you have the rage looting feat, which is actually a feat in the game?
I in spirit I do.
Oh.
I do have the rage athlete feat and about 13 climbing and jumping feats.
Doesn't sound like you have the looting feats though. That
No.
there's a whole tree for that. It's like
Yeah.
Path of Exiles over here. You know what I mean? Like, all right. So let's see. Okay.
Is there anyone else on the ship that we want to save? I don't think there is, right?
Most I think we know about.
Okay.
Yeah, there probably are, but no one I know of. Were there any important people on this ship that we were told about that we forgot?
There was the prince of the dwarves, the Dongung Hold. I mean, that was a thing.
No.
Well, we don't know where he is. So.
There was a couple of rich heirs and heiresses, that sort of thing. All right. So your goal here is to try to get off of this disaster of a shipwreck slash. It's hard to call it a shipwreck, but you can't call it a sinking ship either. So a wrecked vehicle over a waterfall. Your primary goal is to escape in 4 rounds or less. Your sub goal, though for some only goal, is to rescue a woman who you kind of think you know where she is. So you have to find her, extract her, and also escape from the ship. All right. So we're gonna have 4 rounds of challenges and the rescue and consequences. So if you succeed in all rounds, you and Nora escape safely, possibly with a bonus reward from all that rage looting.
Yes.
Partial success means that either Nora or Henry does not make it. Henry's choice. Failure means none of you make it.
That's brutal. Okay.
Mm.
Do we still want to go, Grum, or are we gonna bounce?
I'm going with Henry.
Okay.
High five, goblin friends.
All right. So what I'll do is I'll be like zooming and moving you guys around. We will put the camera down so that, everybody can see everything, but I'm going to move these cuties over here. And then we'll do our good friend cameraman. All right. So let's see. Jet, you are taking these ladies to safety, but in a way, you are also part of the same skill challenge. Yours is going to be a bit easier than the others, but you'll still be able to contribute towards what they're doing, but you won't die on a failure since you have not committed to this much more dangerous task of trying to save Nora. All right. Then I guess I could take us out of initiative. No, I like the TikTok times running out. We'll leave that. That seems good. That's pretty stressful.
We're
All
assuming Woodchop and Vashon have vacated, right? We don't need.
They have B team. They have B team badges.
Okay,
Yeah.
I just want to make sure. Double check.
Yeah.
Case 6.
All right. So round 1 is alertness and quick response. These are perception or athletics, a DC 30. Perception or athletics, DC 30. I need everybody to roll on it. You don't all have to succeed every round, but we do kind of need that majority every round. You know what I'm saying? Oof. We started at 1, and then it goes flop. All right. Okay. God damn, guys.
We're
All right.
ready. We're ready.
Holy shit. All right.
Look at
Yeah,
this.
no problem. No problem. All right. Excellent. Excellent. Okay. For the purposes of this, crit fails and crit successes are not changing the success ratio. We're just shooting for one or the other. So that does mean that you might not fail on a nat 1, though I can't imagine you'd have a plus 29 to a check at this point. But still. All right. Let's see. Perception, athletics. Okay. Round 2, navigating through the chaos. All right. So everything on the next floor up. Let me move you guys to the next floor up. Gamer big unit just jumps off with a snap leaf. Fuck all that. All right. Let's see. Grab you. Grab barrel. Okay.
If I were a rich heir, I would always have a snap leaf, and I would
Oh, yeah.
have my kids always have a snap leaf.
Just makes sense. So here's the problem. When you come up onto this next floor, it is flooded. Just water is running the opposite direction of what it looks like, towards the waterfall and the hole that has been put in the floor here. It's real bad. Your perception was so good, Grom and Jet, that you guys do hear screaming and angry feminine fists pounding against a reinforced door around the corner. So for this, you need to navigate through the chaos. So basically, everything's like everywhere, water's everywhere. You need acrobatics, DC 30, or sailing lore, DC 25. Remember, you can argue for other skills, but the DC will be higher.
Acrobatic.
This is the second time sailing lore's come up in this campaign. I don't know why it wasn't in the player's guide. All right, Grom's starting things off strong with a 38.
Can I argue a athletics check to just power swim?
Yep, be a 35.
It's fine.
Yeah, that's the best option for me
Yeah, me
too.
too.
If I could yell at the water, that'd be a good one too. But
All right.
all right.
Dude, we're killing these.
Holy shit. Ooh, Jet. We had it's okay because the majority passed. Okay. If 2 of you hadn't made it, then it would have been a fail. So it's okay. All right, you guys reach her cabin, which it wasn't the cabin she started in. There's been a lot of teleporting. The door is jammed. She cannot get it open. So for this one, your options are a DC 30 thievery to try and like figure out the fastest, easiest way to get the door open. A force open at this point wouldn't work. The door is already broken by the damage to the ship. The other option is a diplomacy DC 30 to calm Nora down, and maybe she could figure out a solution on her own.
What about a bomb?
Engineering.
A bomb / engineering could work with a DC 35.
Okay, I'll try engineering.
Can I use crafting instead of thievery?
Because you have the feats for it, yes.
Oh.
That's probably where I'm gonna do
Oh,
that.
tragic.
It's pretty
I still
close,
made it.
Jericho.
I made it. 30. Oh, that was yours. Never mind.
Oh.
Very nice, very nice.
Sack if we need it, but I don't think we'll need it. Ooh, we might need it.
Let's see. You said thievery?
Thievery DC 30 or diplomacy DC 30?
Okay, well, thievery has a better chance. So here, I'll give you the reroll.
Okay.
That's true. We have so many hero points, right? Might as well. We're gonna use them on.
Nope, not any better.
Unless you reroll into a fail.
Uh-oh.
Oh! God Damn.
Like I said, ones and 20s don't really make a difference,
It
but
was
it.
still
Yeah,
good
but
stuff.
yeah.
Oh,
All
I
right.
can't sack now. So.
That's two fails out of 4, yeah, on this round. Oh, all right.
3 fails, isn't it?
Yeah.
In that moment, Henry, you think everything's going to be okay. You see where the bomb needs to be placed, but like Jericho just can't get that bomb to light. She's trying, like the
Too much
water's
water.
the water's everywhere. Everything's damp. You splash around. Grom is basically almost underwater. You just see his like sombrero floating at this point. It's bad. It's real bad. You know that, Henry. If they stick around to try and help you save her, you're all going to die here. But maybe, they could get out. And I don't know. We'll see. They're risking a lot here. We're going into the final round, though. But you are going to be qualifying for a partial success. So the question is, I guess, Henry, do you tell everyone to go, or do you ask them to stay?
I mean, Henry looking around, seeing things are bad. He's
Yeah.
He looks over. Guys, think you need to go. I got this.
You got a snap leaf, right?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Okay.
You want us to go after you dragged us up here in the first place?
Grom crawls up Henry and
I asked.
stands on his shoulder, shows him what to do.
Aw.
Right there. That's the spot, buddy.
Alright. Thank you, Ron.
Okay, so you guys stick around. Jet Reed, do you also stick around? Or no, you're
Yeah,
helping the
we're
ladies
staying.
out, right?
I
Yeah.
need to help the ladies.
Yeah.
All right. So you're helping the ladies. You grab the Vashon. You grab the wood shop, and you guys are booking it. You remember being teleported into this room earlier, and you saw out the window fucking rocks, and that's where you guys all just out the window and onto the rocks. All right. So the remaining 3 of you, we're going into the final escape. So this is engineering lore to try to get this door off last minute / knowledge of the ship's layout to identify the most structurally sound escape route, and straight up just swimming, which is athletics. Or if you have an actual swim speed, you can auto succeed if you have an actual swim speed.
So right now we're still running to get this door open.
I mean, if you want to save Nora,
Of course.
there's another this banging behind this door too, but I figured you didn't have time for that, so it's,
No. All right.
all right. He's made peace with God. He's made peace with God. So.
Wait, do we have anything valuable?
Yeah, I mean he does have something pretty fine. It's fine.
Okay.
All right. I don't think you qualify for that. You didn't get a perfect run. You get a perfect run.
All right. Okay.
All right.
Okay. All right.
So what are the rolls we need to make?
All right. It is a DC 30 engineering, or a DC 30 athletics, or if you have a swim speed, you can auto succeed this round.
It's gonna be rough. I only have 12 athletics.
Okay. What's your engineering lore looking like?
I don't have engineering lore.
All right, then you could bullshit a different skill, but it'll be at a higher DC.
Crafting? Is that of engineering?
Sure. Yeah.
Uh-oh, this is looking bad.
All right. Yeah, Grom, that's a success. Jericho, that is not a success. Henry?
Well, hold on. Henry would be all in on trying to save her. I don't know. Is he just raw, like, just punch it? I don't even know.
Oh, I get what you're saying. Like, he wouldn't want to swim away. He would. Oh, yeah. So we'll just view this as you basically trying to, like, Hulk, like, mom, get the kid out from the car, like, just pushing yourself to the limits.
Yeah.
Dot.
Oh my gosh. Okay, let's reroll.
No.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
There we go.
Very nice. All right. So, you just pull and bend and kind of break the door, but the water keeps pushing the door closed, and in the end, you end up wedging yourself into the doorway to give her enough room to kind of wiggle out. But it is at that point where everything starts to fall apart. There's going to be some free falling as the floor just sort of gives out. The ship splits along that crack line and begins to fall. So here at the end of the challenge, it was only a partial success. Henry, do you give Nora your snap leaf, or do some cool shit to save her, or do you lose her right here at the end and raise all them kids by yourself?
He's holding up the ship, like Spider-Man holding up the ship.
Oh hell yeah, okay.
And then he's holding the chest out, like, you need to grab this, Nora. It's me, Henry. Take this and go. And just looks over at Jericho and Grom to tell her what to do because she's a normal person.
You're going with us too. Come on, let's go.
Jericho and Grom, you guys realize with your crafting / engineering knowledge that Henry is like the only thing keeping this ship together long enough for you guys to escape. You knew the risk when you came in here. He knew the risk. So Jericho, the question is, do you punch out Nora, grab Henry and go, or do you respect Henry's wishes?
Why did you ask him Grom, huh? Why did you ask him Grom?
Because I know Grom is too sweet of a boy. He's the Jeff the Shark of this server. We're not gonna ask him to do that. So I'm saying, do you basically chuck a skull bomb that separates Henry from Nora so that Henry survives but Nora doesn't, or do you respect Henry's wishes?
She definitely reaches into her bag to pull out a skull bomb to do just.
Oh shit!
Oh my god! Henry had to sue me. What's wrong with you?
But she looks at Henry, who is holding out the snap leaf to this lady that she does
you look at Henry's Fallout 5 power armor.
And she will put the bomb away.
It gets fallout damage.
She'll put the bomb away and then hold her hand out to Nora so she can come with them.
Nora says, but Henry, what are you? How? And it's at that point where Henry, you feel your bones inside the suit begin to splinter.
He immobilized himself using his blast.
Son of a bitch! Oh my god! All right, Grom. I don't know if there's tears streaming down your adorable face, but you're cursed with the knowledge of being intelligent, and you know that Henry's sacrifice is the only thing that's going to get you guys out of here. That, you guys might survive 250 points of fall damage into a waterfall, but maybe not if a ship lands on top of you. And also, maybe not if you're in the ship when it, is collapsed by the impact of the fall and compacts you guys into hamburger meat. You play through all of the things in your mind. You even remember that time you accidentally cast reverse gravity and killed 50 or more people. It's all coming back in this horrible PTSD moment. What do you do, Grom? Do you have any? Do you have anything to say or do as you?
He's doggy paddling there in the current, and you realize all this air and there's tears streaming down his eyes, or maybe it's just water from the river. But he's like, "We'll save her, Henry," and he starts paddling out of here.
Thank you.
Okay. So my question now is, with the very scant amount of time you have left, do you guys just ride the current down Grom's waterfall hole and out of the ship and hope for the best? Or do you try to make it all the way to the other side of the ship? I mean...
Yeah, I don't think we have time for that.
Okay.
I think
all right.
I gotta hope for the best in this one.
Okay. So... You spare one more look at Henry.
I give Henry a hug before we leave.
Oh, shit.
He doesn't hug you back because he's
That's
holding the ship
okay.
together.
It's alright. You are in that black dot, Henry.
Look out for me up a cold comfort and make an ice block for us to ride out of here on.
Oh hell yeah. Okay. So you surf your ice sled down this waterfall, 30-foot drop out into the open. And now you're just free falling. What's your plan now? As you exit the ship, you hear the groan and like just scream of metal. Chancing a look back, you see the whole thing just snap in half. The ass of the ship flops back onto its paddle wheel and starts to crush itself against the rocks and the falls. The front of the ship just starts torpedoing down, end over end, flinging furniture, people. It's horrible.
How far down is it?
It's a 500-foot drop.
500.
Yeah.
There's a goblin feat called Cling.
Okay.
I don't have it, but I'm trying to use it right now. I'm grabbing hold of Jericho.
Okay.
Right.
All right. So Jericho, what are you doing?
Oh, I use the snap leaf.
Okay. So they hold on to you, and then they snap leaf.
Sure, I'm not gonna risk a wild magic surge last minute. Oh shit, this is magical. This is gonna cast a wild magic surge.
Yeah.
Oh well.
It's all right. It's all right. Nora tried to do it, and I was gonna say that her snap leaf was going to be affixed to her armor, like automatically through like the love of capital F family and all that jazz. But
Otherwise it takes for 10 years.
but it actually like I think takes quite a bit of time to affix these things to your armor or whatever. So yeah, you're pretty much having to save everybody, Jericho.
It's alright. It's okay.
All right, so give me that D20 roll. Hopefully the last wild surge of the campaign. Oh, there it is.
Please reroll, please reroll.
Alright.
Please reroll that.
We don't reroll wild magic surges. Give me that D hundy. Let's see what happens.
I cast fireball on it.
Kill Nora in the fucking fireball.
Oh, that would be rough.
Oh my god. All right. 86.
You get something nice.
You guys couldn't just have a normal finale. Okay. Maybe this is a normal finale. I'm not sure. All right. 86. Secret. All right. Well, we'll never know.
Wonderful.
You never know. Do reducer rounds work on structures?
What are they? Reducer rounds? Oh my god. Let me see. Reducer rounds. Let's see. The bullet is fashioned from rubber. It deals no damage on a successful hit, and the fortitude save. The target is unaffected. The target shrinks to tiny size. Huh. Let's see. Let's see. In Pathfinder 2e, there isn't an official rule set, blah, blah, for ship combat. Reducer rounds. I would assume we're trying to go off of the enlarge reduce spell. Let's see. Shrink or enlarge, I think is what the spell is called. And I don't think it would work on the ship because, and this is the reason why, it wouldn't be allowed to shrink by the rules if it would, if there would be creatures inside that would prevent it from reaching the size that it's supposed to reach.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Like you could probably make it bigger, but I don't know. But yeah, going off the spell shrink, it's only creatures. But
Okay.
yeah. But that would have been pretty. That would have been pretty hype. Yeah, some fucking Ant-Man shit there. All right, so then you guys grab onto Jericho. Jericho causes something to happen, and then you guys drift down. All right, and with that, The ship is destroyed. Some people survived, and we'll have to move into figuring out what happens next.
Maybe my wild magic surge saved Henry, and we'll never know. It's a secret.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Oh man. Okay. Hmm. All right. Grab some music. Hmm. All right. So, I guess the aftermath of all this. Police would arrive. Law enforcement, government officials. The area would be sanctioned off. It's a terrible, terrible thing that happened. The immediate thought of the citizens is it's another wild magic surge, right? This is had to be a wild magic surge that caused this to happen. Those of you who floated down to the bottom of the falls,
Hello?
Hello.
Sorry about that.
I think he disconnected.
Oh, I think he's
Yeah.
gone. Damn, we lost him.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Yeah.
You're good.
Okay.
Crash's mic, I think, gave out on him. There he is.
am I not here?
You're here now. Hello.
Wow, I was like narrating everything that happened. Okay, where did I leave off at?
Police arrived. It's a
Okay.
wild magic surge.
All right, people thought it was a wild magic surge. Police arrive. They sanction off the area. Government officials arrive. That sort of thing. Those of you who rode the ice flow / snap leaf down the waterfall, the momentum would have carried you to the side. Do you immediately double back around to head up to the falls to check on your B team and Jet? Do you stay at the bottom of the falls and try to search the wreckage for Henry?
I think
Well-
looking for Henry now would be what I would do.
Okay.
Hey, Grom.
Yes.
I don't mean to be the bearer of bad news here, but we're probably one of the very few people left who know how to make this pyronite junk. And the Duchess doesn't seem to be happy about that. I'm kind
But
of
we
thinking,
saved the city.
I don't think that's gonna matter, girl.
Oof.
What? I think she'll be okay. I don't know what you're trying to. You're trying to say we should run away or something, or pretend we dead, aren't you?
I'm saying that maybe it's best we should have died in that ship falling.
What about my mom and all my cousins, uncles, and aunts? Plus, this lady here knows Nora. She knows we're alive.
She said, "What? What? I don't. Wait. Weren't you at that dinner gala where the lady jumped out the window?"
I don't remember any of that, man.
No, she's pointing at Grom.
Why? What do you mean?
You seem familiar. You know a goblin named Grama?
Yes, I do. Do you know Grandma?
Yeah, she's one of my dearest friends. Are you
Oh, she's my
Grom?
mother. Yes, I am.
Oh, she's so disappointed in you. She said you're a
damn.
drug dealer now?
No, I'm not.
That's why-
It was a mistake. Somebody started a terrible rumor.
Oh.
Sounds
You
like
had-
Jericho
you were-
and I are gonna pretend like we're dead. So
What about Henry? She says, looking out at the wreckage. And as she looks out at the wreckage, you see the crackling teleportation runes kind of discharge one more time, and the whole ship just sort of collapses in on itself like a black hole.
Ma'am, I don't think.
Yeah. Oh. Ah. Now they're both gone. And he never got to clear his name.
Well, I'm sure you can do that for him, right?
You guys hear the wee you of official vehicles arriving.
All right, Nora. You didn't see us here, all right?
I give Nora 300 gold pieces.
Holy shit! Okay.
Give this to Grandma. Tell her son is not a drug dealer.
Okay,
That's
she kind of
fine.
she lets out sort of a hysterical laugh. She says, "I don't know if that's the best way to tell her that, but I'm sure she'll appreciate it."
All right, Grom, we gotta bounce. We can only really hope Jet is able to take care of things from here, because I think Kelly is also super dead.
What about Jet?
All right, so as you say, what about Jet? The camera cuts to Jet Ree, surrounded by scared and confused citizens, especially this one. They're soaking wet. They're traumatized. And Jet, as a former police officer, you know all the routines, and you know the time frame you have if you wanted to stick around or get lost.
Jet has a duty to these people, so he's gonna stick around to keep order. And he
Hell
trusts
yeah.
that Phoebe and Phoebe Dunsmith will be a big bro and not like will make sure he gets out of there reinstated or just be or smuggled away, etc. That's what he's gonna
All
fight
right.
for.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay. Um. All right. So it doesn't take long for the authorities to arrive, and Jet, I don't know if this is something that you guys had discussed or planned in advance, but they do eventually break the news to you. There were no bodies and no survivors. When the ship went over the falls, there was one last magical disturbance, and it wasn't pretty.
Oh, once I hear that, I'm gonna put a hand on Phoebe Dunsmith's shoulders, like you owe it to them to clear whatever name they had. These were heroes. These were real heroes.
He looks at you, her eyes too tired to try and scrutinize, figure out if this is some elaborate ploy to let them fake their own death. She's been through too much, and you guys have done too much for her. She just nods slowly and says, I'll do whatever I need to do.
That's all we could hope. Also, whispered her, uh, she's still alive. That the, the one big bad thing.
What? Loveless? It's
Yeah,
still.
she. Hey, keep it down. She escaped via jetpack.
Well, don't we want to know that she's still alive so we can track her down?
Well, yeah, we want to know that she's still alive, but I don't think the whole world needs to know that she's still alive.
Oh. And she just looks again. She's been a hostage. She's been beaten. She's been put in a crate next to a death hippo for God knows how many days. It's been bad. It's been a bad experience.
It's like, you know what? Maybe she doesn't need to know that you're alive too. You could take my hat. I have another disguise.
He looks. He's like, what? I'm a government agent. I need to finish this job.
Yeah, but like she doesn't need to know that you're alive on the way back to where you gotta get to. Like,
Oh, her eyes kind of go wide and she starts looking around. But, with the high-powered Excalibur rifle that bitch is toting, I mean, who knows? Who knows?
it's not like who's in her pocket to help pick us up.
Oh, man. So as you see, she holds your hand, squeezes it real hard, says, I'm scared, Jet. I'm real scared now.
It's gonna be good. Just
We-
Have I had a disguise? Disguise as somebody else?
All right, and we're gonna meet back at the palace, right?
Well, I mean, you'll probably have to take me to the palace because
All
I
right,
don't think I could just walk to the palace.
all right. So, what about my wife?
I it's just me. I don't have any other fucking woodchop. Do you have any disguises?
Woodchop says,
Uh,
Master of disguise.
yeah, I usually just kind of change the way I stand, you know, my demeanor. That way they're like, oh, is that Woodchuck? No, no, he's not confident enough. It's definitely not him. A true master of disguise doesn't need a disguise. He is the disguise.
Do you have a disguise?
Vasha says, I got some extra mustaches. You think that'll help?
Anything I think at this point's gonna fucking help. Because
Yeah.
we're gonna try to.
Hey, listen here, Jet. I respect you. All right, I respect you. But I'm firmly in the camp that Dutch is gonna kill me. So I'm about to put this
You need to get out of Dodge.
yeah, I'm about to put this mustache on this face, and then you ain't never gonna see me again. And he grabs Phoebe and he kisses her on both cheeks, and he grabs Forrester and he kisses her on both cheeks. And he slaps a fake mustache on each of them, and he says, "It's been nice knowing you." And he walks off.
Where did Kelly go?
There we
All right,
go,
so as you say,
Vasha.
where did Kelly go? Perched on a rooftop. Kelly, you and Parsis watch the bedlam unfold, and Parsis pulls his mask up ever so slightly so you can understand what he says, and he says, "Well, based on how that went, I don't think I'm going to receive any pardons anytime soon. Crime it is. Crime it is." And then he looks to you, Kelly, and you see that he is kind of flipping between his fingers an unusual card. It's the same kind of card that you've seen Grom and Jericho have. The same kind of card that in your former life you found in the cradle, of course. And he says, "All right, Kelly, we have a lot of work to do. You ready?"
Do I have a choice?
When you ask him that, he looks thoughtful and he says, I hadn't really explored that yet. I mean, everything about this clockwork necromancy is very experimental. I haven't actually tried it on anybody with celestial blood. I don't know. Do you have a choice in it?
He's actually going to try to resist commands.
Okay. So what is the remnants of Kelly's mind and soul? What do they want at this point in his sort of robot zombie body?
He looks down in his coat and he feels the badge underneath.
Aww.
And he flies down to Phoebe.
Wow. All right.
Alkenstar's version of RoboCop.
All right. Parsis watches you go, and you could feel his calculating gaze on you as he pulls his mask down, walks off screen. All right. RoboCop Kelly, you slowly lie down, and upon seeing you, the already traumatized Phoebe and Forrester scream again. They just say, "Kelly, it was so crazy in there. I thought I was seeing things. What happened to you?" "Oh, wait, hold on, Kelly. We're gonna go. We don't want to get headshot by Lovelace." I'll meet you at the palace. Kelly, you easily recognize both women with their big Mario Brothers mustaches as they.
Take my hat. It's already been used, so they won't use a thing, and I'll just disguise myself.
They do not take your hat. Forrester Dunsmith is very superstitious about magic.
Okay.
Okay. So Jet, you and Kelly, government agent and former government agent and former cop, you wait for the rest of the authorities to arrive.
You think we could just escape on the submarine?
You could definitely escape on the submarine, yeah.
Okay, I'll take
No,
out
but
the.
we probably shouldn't because these people need our help. So
Yeah,
I'm
no,
just
we
gonna
can.
stick around. Wait, can you fly now? Is this a permanent thing?
I guess I don't know.
Okay, because like maybe you can like grab a hold. I can grab a hold of your legs, and we can glide away in case things go.
Amazing.
Just in case.
Just in
Gotta
case.
always have a backup plan.
Hey, solar covering Kelly's wanted posters keep getting torn down and eliminated. So
Also,
he's
could
fine.
you heal me?
In case, yeah, I mean, you might as well, in case there's a, you know.
Oh, while we're waiting, no.
Yeah. I mean, who knows what's gonna happen? All right. Let me see. Where are? Hmm.
52 health.
Nice. All right. Let's see. As the police begin to arrive and actually get things organized, you are approached by, random authority figures. And upon recognizing your wanted poster, you from your wanted posters, are you disguising yourself, Jetri, or no?
Oh yeah, I am. I'm definitely.
Oh, you are. So you're sticking around to help people, but you're not 100% sticking around. Gotcha. Okay. In that case, with Kelly being a sort of hastily constructed RoboCop and you being disguised, they are going to kind of just process you guys the same way they're processing other survivors of the disaster. What do you tell them when they try to question you about what happened? You can lie. You could put on a performance that you are just too traumatized to provide any useful information. You can tell them the truth. So what do you do?
An edited truth.
Okay, so that's sort of a lie. Okay,
Yeah.
so all right, so what is the edited truth you tell them?
Well, let's first roll, I guess, to see about how it goes. I guess, right?
Okay.
Here is my deception. I think that's a pretty good deception.
Okay.
I tell them, so I was gambling on the main deck, enjoying my time. When there was, have you ever seen a Clockwork hippo?
Okay, they're listening.
It was like they had showcased it, right? It was amazing, and then it got yeeted off the ship by a bird. No joke. No joke. And then all hell broke loose, and I mean all hell broke loose. Right? There was gunfire. It was loud, repeating gunfire. Have you ever heard gunfire go
Oh
like
yeah.
that?
Yeah.
There was a lot of that. There was a lot of screaming.
Okay.
You don't want to hear the noises I heard below deck.
But did you see any suspicious characters? Do you have any idea what could have caused this? We have reason to believe it was a wild magic surge, but
And
we
then
want
it
to.
was a teleportation.
All
Like
right.
he's
Yeah.
asking questions, but he
Uh
can see I have that 1,000-yard stare.
huh. Okay. Okay. I
And then
got
I
you. I
get
got
to the
you.
point where I describe the noise of people being crushed to death
Yeah. Okay.
because
Yeah.
I have
He.
such good ears, and he realizes this man's fucked.
Yeah. 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 All right. They release the two of you after you get checked by a medic. And you guys are now loose on the streets of Alkenstar.
I would say I have this.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. All right, so you kind of flash your badge and volunteer to sort of escort this traumatized citizen away from the scene. Fair enough.
Yep.
All right, the two of you are loose in the city.
The goose is loose.
Okay. So, all right. While they're loose in the city, what about the two like fugitives from justice?
We're outie. I think if possible, I'd like to have Grom go see his family if we can.
Ooh, okay.
I know that's risky. But I mean, it's
No,
up
we
to
shouldn't do
Grom.
that.
You don't think so?
No, just let them think I'm dead for now.
Okay.
Maybe sometime in the future I can come back when things have cooled down.
Then we are going to be outie, and we are going to kidnap Vashon as we go, because he's also super wanted.
But how will you recognize them? You do see a tall, kind of wiry man who looks very greasy, and he has sort of a Waluigi mustache.
Couldn't be him.
Well,
No,
I guess you
I'll knock
you never
him-
find him.
I'll
I
knock
guess
him
you never
out,
find
and
him.
he'll come
Oh,
with us.
okay.
Is he like checking out any gnomes, female
Yeah,
gnomes? or anything like
that's how
that?
we know.
I mean, he was actually chatting up the goblin girl that was working at the newsstand. And when you spotted him, so yeah, that I guess was the confirmation you needed. All right. Okay. Um. Okay. Kelly and Jet, do you go to the palace that evening?
Kelly will, but I don't understand if Jet. It depends what Jet wants to do. If he wants to
Okay.
clear his name, or if,
Because Jet and Kelly, while you guys are keeping a low profile in a dive bar, where people go to keep a low profile, you guys are approached by a familiar figure, Bonnie Bagpipes of the Gilded Gunners. She looks over at the two of you and says, "Oh, fancy running into you two here. I don't suppose you were involved in a certain miraculously teleported shipwreck, were you?"
when are we ever not involved?
You know, my boss, she might be cruel, and she might be dangerous, but you made a pretty big impression on her. If you're looking for work, if you're looking for a place to start over, I could arrange a meeting.
I'm gonna do something that I don't think I've ever shown Bonnie.
Okay.
Actually, show her the duchy badge and say I'm otherwise obliged.
Mm. She smiles at you and says, "Yeah, I know. Can't blame a girl for trying, though. I figured if there was ever a time for you to switch sides, this would be it. Come on, Jet. You already know the organization. What's the law? What's the law ever really done for you?"
I will have to respectfully decline.
All
But I
right.
understand the lure. There is, but I have to decline.
Mm.
There's bigger things than the law out there that I need to see through.
Okay. She makes a face like she's impressed, but doesn't actually want to know any more.
Give your boss a heads up. Loveless is still out there.
Good to know. I already got word that she's a wanted woman. Apparently did some terrorism over at the gunworks. Not the kind of woman I'd want mad at me, though. All right. See you around. She leaves the two of you to your drinks.
Did we check up on the waterfall, Kelly? Did we even bother to look?
Well, they told you that the ship got like compacted in the fall. I don't know if that.
Shit. Okay.
Yeah. Like after there was the horrible like crashing into the water and like the shattering of the remains of the ship, the remaining teleportation runes all like activated and made like a little black hole that like compacted like a soda can into a big hunk of metal that's now at the bottom of the river.
And they said no bodies found. So I mean,
Well, there were loose bodies, but the mutant crocodiles got to them. So
Grom throws his sombrero out in the river.
Aww.
I can find that.
Jericho throws her hat out too.
And Pepito reaches into your bag and he takes out his sombrero and he puts it on his head and then he throws it into the river.
All right.
Never know if we're friends or.
God damn. Okay.
we both know they're still out there somewhere.
I choose to just not think about it. Just like I'm gonna choose to believe that they perished. That way, if I get questioned about it, I can just say they perished.
It makes the most logical sense.
I'm gonna do what I can to clear their name from the inside.
So Grom and Jericho and Vashon, as you guys are kind of riding out of town, you hear the gross sound of animated bones xylophoning behind you. You half expect to see Kelly astride his skeletal pachyosaur, but instead you see Woodchop, the bird of mystery. And he says,
Hey, wait up! Hey, guys!
How did you find us? We're like leaving. How did you find us out of everyone?
I felt drawn to you.
It's like fate has drawn us together again.
Also, I found Kelly's pony. And it just started running this way.
I mean, Grom, we take care of him now. You know, we could just put him out of his
I
misery.
mean, Vashon says, I mean, we are in the desert. I mean, there's a lot of places to just dump a body.
I know
mean,
there
this
is. It's pretty easily the vultures and everything.
And I mean, I love Jet, but now that, you know, we're dead and gone and separated, I feel like, you know, we don't have to, you know.
Jet wouldn't have to know either. We could just pretend that he
Yeah,
died.
exactly. Yeah. We could start sending poorly written letters in crayon to them, and they could be the Adventures of Woodchop.
Oh, yeah, right.
Are you talking about getting rid of Woodchop?
Yeah, I mean, they appraise you and Pepito to kind of check the vibe on murdering Woodchop. They're checking the vibe.
The vibe is we're not going to do that.
All right,
Okay. Vashon's. Oh no.
We were just joking, like we always.
I'm talking about helping them write letters. Helping them write letters.
We'd have been dead so long ago if Woodchop wasn't along to help us out.
Is that true, Grom? Oh, wow.
Saved our lives so many times, buddy.
Hop on up. Oh, also, Sweet Pup's here.
No, he's got to stay here.
Throw him up the horse.
Sweep Up says, no,
father, I mean, not my father, my friend Grom. Robots can't have fathers. You, you can't leave without me.
You need to go to school.
We are capital F family.
All right, come along then. I don't think it's a good idea. Going a life hiding and it's not something for you. You need to go to the Church of Bry and they'll take you in and
Pshaw.
teach you.
We can teach him.
All right, come on then.
We're like the two smartest people I know, Grom.
I am pretty smart, and so
Yeah.
are you.
Yeah.
Oh, they do have. I don't know why you want to bring along Bashan.
I think it's. I
Yeah,
can't kick him off at this point, which is a
Wo-
bummer.
Woodshop leans in. He says,
You know, we are in a desert. There's a lot of places to hide a body. I'm just saying. This could be our chance to finally get rid of Vashon Galaby. I'm just saying.
We're not going to do that.
Listen, I love Jet, and I know how much Vashon meant to him. But, I mean, you know, this is our chance. I mean,
We'll
He-
keep you all alive for Jet's sake.
Woodshop does a vibe check on murdering Vashon.
We ain't doing that.
all right. I was joking, of course. Just joking.
So where do you want to go, Grom? I mean, probably should
I-
get out of
Oh.
this
You're
area.
the international traveler.
I'm from Gib. I've crossed one border.
I'm from here.
Hey, listen, the best place you could ever go when you want to go missing is the place with the most people in the whole world.
Alkenstar?
Go to Mechatone.
No, Absalon.
That's like on the other side of the world, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
How are
Yeah,
we
we're
gonna get
just
there.
on a boat.
A boat.
I
Like
think
a
I've had
one
enough
on the
boats
ocean?
for
Yeah.
the
Oh.
day.
I
for a
don't
week?
wanna. Yeah. How about we take a stop at Martel and rob a bank, and then head over to Absalom?
I do like the idea of robbing a bank. Or we could set up some kind of cryptocurrency scheme and
We
just
just-
cash out real quick.
We just cleared our names. Now you want to start robbing banks?
Well, we'll do it with fake aliases this time.
Yeah. Fake names.
Also, I feel like since we was wrongly accused, we get like double jeopardy, don't we?
No.
we get like a mulligan.
Yeah, aren't you-
as
are
you
you
said,
sure?
We are highly intelligent and trained alchemists who can make our money honestly.
Oh, well, then why don't we not worry about, oh, I got an idea. Why don't we call in a favor from that airship captain and have her fly us over there? I think things, what do you think? Boat
That
or
sounds good to
airship?
me. Airship.
Or we could take the train.
Train's good.
Yeah, let's take the train.
All right, train
Nothing
it
bad
is.
ever happened on a train.
Nothing
Alright.
bad has happened on a train yet, so. we're good.
So Henry, walk us through what life is like for Henry's surviving family in like the evening and days, maybe even the weeks to come, so we get a better vibe check on that.
Oh, I wasn't actually
Do
prepared.
do
for
do
that.
do you need some time for that, or
No, I'm good at making things up on the spot.
I'm familiar with that. Yeah.
All right, so I assume obviously Nora, is devastated. One, the ship that she was on, that she was supposed to be vacationing on, teleported, blew up, all the bad things.
That she was given hazard pay from the incident at that dinner party, which was also hush money. And then she used it to go on the trip. So it's just been one terrible series of events after the other.
And then she finds out the worst news, of course, is that Henry's alive, has been around, was here, and then the one time she knows that he's there, he obviously just became a part of the ship to hold it together long enough for her to escape.
Damn.
So I assume she's devastated. Levi, poor 13-year-old kid, or maybe 14 by this point, who's been taking airship training courses. He's gonna do what Henry and his brother had to do before, kind of be the leader, because there's just nobody else. And he has to take on the task of kind of taking care of the kids while Nora regroups. I mean, I would like to say that Nora's gonna do a grub ass and drop the money off because I don't see her not doing that. Even
Oh yeah,
though
no,
it's sketchy,
she
even though it's sketchy as hell. I'm not a drug dealer.
she
300 gold pieces.
So how that scene plays out is she does go to Grama, not right away, but she doesn't feel comfortable having that much money. Do you know what I'm saying? But she eventually does go see because she's got to go back to work too. But she goes to see Grama before it's time to go back to work, and she sits down and they're having coffee, and Grandma is like, "Oh, you've been through something terrible. Oh, it's just one thing after another for you." And that's when she says, "I have to tell you something. Your son. Well." And when she says your son, you see Grandma's the light in Grandma's eyes kind of fade, hearing about her drug dealer son. And then she says, No, Grandma, listen. I met him, and he was mixed up in a lot of complicated stuff. But he wasn't no drug dealer. Now, I say that, but I also need to give you this. She opens up a sack with 100 gold. And Grandma says, "Did you win the lottery when you were on the boat?" And she says, No, this is from Grom. How did Grom get 300 gold if he's not a drug dealer? And Nora says, I'm not 100% sure myself, but I mean, he told me to tell you. Well, he told me to tell you that you need to tell everyone he's dead. So make sure you tell. He's dead. Well, he's not dead. He had. God damn it! He had to leave town secretly after faking his death, and he gave me 300 gold to give you, and he wanted me to tell you that he's not a drug dealer. And Grandma just stares at her, and you hear the gears in her mind like tick, 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 like piecing all of it together. She says, "He's a hitman." Well, I knew he had some fire in him, just like his father. And she says, "This is far too much money for me. Here, let's split it." And she gives 150 gold to Nora.
Who, I assume when she gets back, meets Levi. Levi's like, "Well, I know times are tough, but we've got no money. Everything is bad, but
I sold the dog, so we could at least eat this week. You know, that kind of thing. Yeah.
I'll never be able to do what Uncle Henry wanted me to do. Just go to Magambia and learn the power of air." And then it's like, I have you know what? You know what, son? We can do this. And then they gather up and leave off to, they're planning to get ready to leave for magic school because fuck Alkenstar.
Hell yeah. That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Henry got what he wanted, his nephew to go to college.
I heard that they pay you to go to college there, which is crazy.
Well, he doesn't know that. He assumes because in Alkenstar everything costs money. It's
Hey,
like a Randian society.
Moving is expensive, even in a world where you could buy all the things you need for what 10 gold a month or 5 gold a month or whatever. Like moving is a very expensive thing. 150 gold, that's a good idea. You gotta start a new life in the Magambia. And if Dom doesn't make this beautiful family NPCs in the campaign, well, I don't know. I guess he's just heartless. I guess he's just heartless.
Those tokens, then.
Yeah. All right. Beautiful. And the most important clearing of names was done. Grandma knows her son's not a drug dealer.
So, can I add on to that?
Oh yeah, go for it. Go for it.
So once Kelly gets all his stuff reinstated and cleared.
Well, about that, do you guys go to meet with the Duchess?
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
100%.
Oh, okay. All right.
Done yet.
Okay,
All
I
right.
didn't know we
Yeah,
had
yeah,
done
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, you're not going to get your name cleared unless you go meet with the Duchess. All right.
Well, yeah.
So you go to meet with the Duchess. All right. The Duchess gives you that intense fucking stare, that soulless, I'm inciting everything you say and do stare. Jet, do you go with Kelly to this meeting?
Yes.
Okay. She says, all right, gentlemen. Just what the fuck happened out there?
You go ahead, Kelly.
Yeah. He'll like give a legit like logistical play-by-play of
Mhm.
everything that happened.
Slowly. But yeah. All right. She listens as you slowly recount what happens. Do you leave anything out?
I might embellish the heroic actions on our side.
Oh, okay.
Some of the more despicable things that Lovelace and
Okay. Gotcha. Okay.
for the
All
most part, factual.
Yeah, she says, all right. Well,
He will report that as far as he knows, the creators of Pyrodite are both deceased.
He says, all right, give me a secret perception roll on that. This will factor heavily into future events. Sorry, a secret deception roll. Yeah, secret deception roll. This is lying, so if you have anything that's special for lying, you can add it on there.
Okay.
I mean, is he lying though? I mean,
Oh no, there's definitely circumstance bonus to this. There's definitely going to be a plus.
Okay.
Yeah, add a. Oh yeah, you want assist? All right, go for it. Give you
I
a
have
yeah.
secret assist, right?
Also give me a thing there. Yep.
How do I make sure?
Oh no,
it's secret?
yours could be public. That's fine. Yours could be
Oh, okay.
public. Yeah, because you're just doing the assist. All right, yeah. And you're a master, so the plus
I'm a
3. Okay. All right. Oh man. Okay. With the circumstance bonus, and
I get
the
hero points if I need to use hero points.
yeah. No.
Okay.
You think that despite herself, and despite how absolutely convenient it is that Jericho Darling, Vashon Gattleby, and Grom all died on that boat, because they were going to kill Grom too, because obviously there's no way that someone as smart and talented as Grom wouldn't have figured out how to make Pyronite during this adventure. That they all died conveniently in the wreckage of the ship. But the two of you are so convincing, maybe, that she nods slowly and she says, "Well, it's a terrible shame to lose such heroic citizens. They'll be honored post-mortem, and I will pardon all of their crimes, both real and imagined."
Henry too, right?
Thank you, Your Highness.
And Henry as well. Ironsides, was it?
Henry Ironside.
All right. As for you two, you're the only survivors, and this city's going to need heroes. And I'm going to need to put together a special team to make sure that this sort of thing never happens again. You two up for a promotion?
Yes, man.
Whatever you need of me, ma'am.
All right. With most of the Secret Service having been killed by a famous rogue officer turned terrorist, the city's infrastructure
as far as law enforcement, is definitely in a bad place. But with RoboCop and Sexy Fox as the two poster boys for the brighter law enforcement future of Alkenstar, you guys are promoted pretty much to like the top of the ranking system. So Kelly, you're put in charge of like government security, and Jet, you're put in charge of the law enforcement for the city. In a way, you end up living Loveless's dream because the city is thrown into turmoil and they do declare martial law, only you're the one in the seat of power.
Definitely gonna promote those desk guys from the office down there.
Oh hell yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Justice.
It's gonna be a flip of like who's dedicated to desk because they all gotta be investigated. All the people who are like on Love's side, like they gotta be.
Oh
be, like,
yeah.
yeah, like you're on desk duty until like you're cleared.
We'll make a special exception for Goggles because they were willing to turn
Yeah. Yeah.
against the law.
Aw, that's nice. All right, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so you guys start rebuilding the city. I guess the question here is, Jet, what sort of law enforcement future do you see for Alkenstar?
Alkenstar.
Yeah.
Definitely needs to be less corruption. Like there's just
Okay.
too much corruption. So I need to like put in like cops who are gonna, be cops against cops, basically, for like corruption. We need a department to curtail corruption. But we also need like programs that promote like community too, because I'm tired of people being scared of shield marshals. That's not a way to run a community. But I understand with the initial turmoil, it's gonna be hard. We gotta be hard on the law. We gotta be hard. Like until we get order, things are gonna be rough. Like people are gonna hate you. So I'm gonna let the guys know, like, don't take it personal. It's like until things get situated, law's gonna be hard. I was like, we're gonna come down until we get until orders like put in place, and then we're gonna start shaping the community to being something better.
Yeah. All right. Kelly, where do you see the future of government service and intelligence officers going as things move forward?
Well, he's definitely going to look to recruit from some of the. He'll make Sorry. Why can't I think of her name? Donald Phoebe.
Okay, Phoebe. Yeah.
Make her his second in command.
Nice.
We'll look to recruit not only from the brightest and intelligent from like the academy and such, but also look for on the boots like ground folk who may be willing to may have had questionable past but are smart enough to know that there are better options.
All right, sounds good.
And not be afraid to work with some of the more underground agencies to make an information network, like from both the crime. He knows that those in the crime syndicate can be a useful tool as well as.
Interesting. Okay. All right. So you're willing to, in some ways, operate outside the law for the greater good of the duchy.
Right.
Okay, so you're just continuing to do what they did before. Awesome.
Yep,
awesome.
essentially,
Yeah,
keep it up the
Okay,
same.
gotcha. Yeah, gotcha. All right, sweet. All right. Whew. Man.
Oh,
So
but I did
now,
want to.
so now that you are pardoned, you had a follow up.
Yeah, I wanted to make sure to present to get awards for it's for Grom's family and Henry's family,
Oh wow.
and
Okay.
present them with their awards. It may be a private thing, not like a public.
Oh, like post mortem, like they were promised rewards fiscally, and they're the next of
Well,
kin kind of
just
thing.
it was the clearing of their name, like showing
Oh,
the
yeah.
family that they were, like giving them awards for like valor, that kind
Yeah.
of line of
Yeah, I
service.
mean, using your legal lore, you are actually able to get them like a death in service kind of payout. So in addition to the 150 that they each got from Grom, each of them does receive another 250 gold.
Also, more so for the peace of mind, so they know that like
Oh yeah.
that they were good. They were working for the duchy.
So when you reveal that to Nora, Nora is overwhelmed, and Levi is happy that he can kind of like talk about this now because he's been keeping Uncle Henry's Uncle Henry's secret, right? Because the whole airship thing and all that. Nora is just kind of so relieved and so like happy, but then also just terribly sad that Henry was so willing to clear his name and avenge his brother that he worked with the government. Yeah, it's a lot. It's heavy. It's heavy. Yeah. Like she knows how much that must have hurt. What a bitter taste he must have had in his mouth every minute. Um especially after everything that his brother stood for, with unionization and stuff. Man. All right. When you tell Grom's mom, Grama, about the fact that he was a government agent, she's like,
Oh, but he was a hitman, right? That's why he was so well paid?
He was paid for his intelligence, man. He was a very smart lad. He helped a
Oh,
lot of people.
helped them into their graves? No?
He definitely knew how to sit up for himself. That's for sure.
oh, okay.
And fought against some bad people.
All right. Her Brock from Pokemon eyes open up just enough to wink at you. And she says,
Well, it's a shame he died. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Woo-hoo-hoo! My baby, who
And
is dead.
And I'll give her a wink back. Yeah, it's awful.
she gasps when she sees your very obvious wink. And then she puts her finger next to her nose. All right. So, I guess the question is, do you guys want to know anything that happened to anybody during the adventure?
What happened to Officer Thorne? Where did he run off to?
Oh, great question. So, Shield Marshal Thorne, he was actually captured, hiding in the city. Apparently, Loveless did not come back for him. And in the end, maybe with some gentle coaxing from a very rough and beat up government, he did turn state witness and spill the beans on the whole operation.
Very good, very good.
Then after some hard time, he was released on like a work release program back onto the force. Unless Jet Re says no.
Say he just got paid leave and then put back on the force. That checks out.
For turning traitor on his boss, and
He
yeah.
got put back on desk duty, maybe.
Oh
For the rest of
dang!
his
So
life.
he's got Bray Brazeley's old job. Oh shit! All right.
Desk duty.
You hear Jarek on the
He's,
back of your
it's
mind
one
telling
of
you to
those like
execute him.
daily meetings with me. Like I organize like a 10-minute every fucking day for an update.
God
Like
damn.
it's
All
he's
right.
getting micromanaged.
Oh
I micromanage him
no.
into retirement.
God. Every day he prays that Lovelace is gonna put a bullet through his head. Every day. Day. All right. Anybody else you were curious about?
Jet's the real hero here.
Thorn just remembers his peaceful days as a tree.
Yeah, right. No thoughts, no worries, just chlorophyll.
What,
No, actually, his time as a tree, he was being shot with a Gatling gun, so that wasn't actually very funny. Oh, okay. You want to know about Rika? You want to know how Rika
I want
turned
to know
out?
about Rika.
All right, Rika never gave up on her feelings for the dashing and handsome secret agent who eventually became chief of police. But as far as I know, she was always kept in the friend zone.
was she?
Was she?
Was she? No,
Yeah,
she
was
wasn't
she?
kept in the friend zone.
Oh, nice. Okay.
I visit. You know, we gotta play cat and bird
Okay, fair
because
enough.
I'm a fox.
Yeah, I got you. All right, fair enough. Okay.
What about
Who else we got?
Kosawana?
Oh, Kosawana. Kosawana, well, according to the Raw Adventure, he pulls hella bitches. Because much like the writer of the adventure, he's just a fly motherfucker with a big ass brain that nobody could appreciate until it was too late. But now they get that he's got what you want. What I mean to say is, he continues to have a romantic entanglement with Farrah Winslow. But he does return to the service of Bry, and he spends the foreseeable future in repentance, trying to make right on what he did wrong.
Does he notice
He
CPUP is gone?
he also destroys all of his notes and paperwork about the creation of Sweep Up, and disavows any knowledge that Sweep Up exists.
Damn. I think CPUP just got disowned by his dad.
He got the new dad. It's okay.
He's a new dad.
A better dad.
Damn.
Yeah, I think if we left CPUP behind, I think he would have probably been. I think Kosawana probably would have killed him or something.
Bro. Look, there's lots of orphanages and sweatshops and orphanages that are partnered with sweatshops that would have adopted a child that never gets tired. Like, come on.
Child that never gets tired.
The part that he's a child, that's the important part.
Well, kids can do jobs that grown-ups can't. You know, they can clean chimneys better and air ducts, and you know, they since they're smaller, they lure out the sewer monsters easier. So they're really good for that kind of work. So
Is Roxy living her best life?
yes, so Roxy is queen of the prairie dragons. Her time in the city has made her sophisticated, and her education has made her more intelligent than the others. She has set up a small piece of civilization out in the desert. Basically, all the prairie dragons now have guns.
Oh.
Yep.
What
Well,
happened to Janaya?
is that kid okay?
Speaking of sweatshops and kids.
Janaya, on his 13th birthday, now that he's old enough, he joins the Golden Gunners.
Fair.
And later he's killed by Jet Li in a shootout.
No!
And the law
and
initially is hard.
he never gave back Masu.
Good.
That's right. Masu also became a Golden Gunner. She runs drugs.
what happened to Loveless?
Oh, I can't tell you what happened to Loveless. Loveless
Where
was
did she
Loveless
go?
was never she was never seen in Alkenstar again.
Where's that one Colo that stayed in the desert? What happened to that?
Oh, Fossa?
Yeah, what happened
Oh,
to Foss?
Fossa.
Poor Fossa. Man,
Did-
you think
did-
Jericho was the cursed one? Everybody around Henry.
Did-
That was rough.
Yeah. Let's see. What did Fosta get up to in the desert?
Did she like
Die.
take the gun?
Yeah.
Did she like take up the gun?
Yeah. She took up the intelligent weapon Jax, and she just became like a roving murderer in the wastes.
Like
Fair.
vigilante murder. Or just
Yeah,
murder,
yeah.
murder.
Well, there's no laws out in the wastes, so you can't really be a vigilante because vigilantes operate outside the law, but there are no laws. So
She's just a murderer.
I mean, honestly,
she
to be
uses
fair,
the spirit of Jax in the weapon to guide her moral compass and keep her from completely succumbing to the rage and madness of her mutation. It's
How Kelly was for Jared.
yeah, it's like Boy Scout Hulk. It's like Boy Scout Hulk out there.
I mean,
So.
her whole the whole thing was like that was like Henry's work partner who also they'd go out and hunt in the mana waste. So I mean, this kind of works out.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a more primal life, a more savage life. But she's doing good work out there. She's doing good work out there. Mm.
I think that's everyone that we had attachments to.
Oh, okay.
I think so.
All right. Fair enough. So I have a question, Jericho. Do you have any skull bombs left?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why?
Are those skull bombs in a bag of holding, or just like
They're on my
you got them
person.
handy?
Yeah,
They're on your person.
I got 4 of
Oh
them.
boy. Well, I'm about to hit you with that wild magic surge.
What?
All right, let me get a battle map ready. Hold on. Good luck on this one.
Go
Good
off?
luck. Good luck on this one.
Dude, we're
All
going
right.
onto this train, and as we're walking on, Jericho takes a piece of paper out of her skull. It's the selfie they all took together.
Is that all it is? Oh, okay.
Yeah, just selfie.
Oh, I was gonna have you guys on the road because you're gonna take the train out of Martel,
Oh,
so that
fair
yeah. All right, so I got you guys walking / riding down the road to Martel. Yeah, that works. Let's see. Mm-hmm. All right,
a lot of
and
consumables on me. Do those go up too? Just out of curiosity.
well, how close are you to everyone else as we're traveling? That's important to note.
At least 60 feet away.
Who wants to ride on the Pachyosaur? Who wants to ride on the Pachyosaur with woodchop? Anybody?
I would have been riding if we.
Okay,
were
so
walking
you
somewhere.
and Sweet. Okay, so Jericho, you and Vashon are up front by, let's say, 25 feet. That seems like a good measurement.
Sure.
Okay. All right, I'll take you over to the map.
He's still got his B team badge on, right? I mean, he's okay.
Oh, I can't. Yeah, that part's over. He's someone BT for him. He's ready. He's ready to face whatever the world's got for him. All right, let's get some music going.
What is happening?
Wild magic's happening
Dash
for the last time.
Oh my god! It's
Is Dash Darling with you?
No,
Oh, my bad.
No.
Okay. Yeah.
No, she followed us.
Nah, she's off living her best life. I hope she's living her best life. So, okay. So as you're walking, well, all right. Before we do this, we didn't get to hear from Henry about his epilogue. So Henry, you died, but you were already dead. So, what is this experience after death where you head back, to the boneyard to be judged by Pharasma? Will she forgive you for what has happened? It wasn't your choice to be a skeleton.
You didn't want to blaspheme and be an undead. You tried to live a good life. What's going through your mind as your spirit is just sort of in darkness?
I think in his mind, well, I honestly think he'd be kind of okay with this, even though he's lost in darkness and like he's already died once, but he did come back and he saved people, and I feel like that he trusts his companions to take care of the family if needed. And I don't know. It'd be of course he'd love to go back, but he's content accepting his fate.
Okay. All right. Now you're not. Are you trained in religion?
He is no, but he has the clever improviser, where so he's he can do train skills even though he's not trained, and adds level.
Yeah. So you're thinking about what you know about the afterlife for the majority of Galarian, and you're just like, yeah, okay. You didn't think that it would be this dark, or this hot. And you do hear a voice in the darkness. And it says, man, how far is Montel? We should have stolen some. No, we're not criminals. We should have.
No, we're
should.
still criminals. I think.
Well, we should have procured some transportation. Because if my only option is to walk 4 days on a desert road or ride on the dinosaur with that chatterbox, I mean, there's no choice at all, really. That's the illusion of choice.
I mean, we could try to steal a wagon from a passing caravan.
Oh yeah, like a stick up, like we did, with them scientists.
We don't even need to stick them up. We could just knock them all out or kill them and then take their wagon.
We're good guys now. Remember.
Oh shoot! I thought 25 feet would be far enough they wouldn't hear us.
Shit. Yeah, we're good guys. We're gonna ask politely for a wagon.
Yeah. You know what you could do? You could, I hope it's not too soon to make fun of you about this, but you could pull out one of your skull bombs and be like, "I got a bomb."
I mean, I could. Yeah, why not?
Yeah, and then they pull over the wagon. They'd be like, "Oh no!" Or they just start trying to kill us. And then a horrible calamity might happen that killed hundreds of people.
Do you want to hold a skull bomb? Is that what you're getting at? Do you want to hold one?
You know what? I've never actually held one of them skull bombs. So let me take a look at this.
You want to throw it? You could go 30.
This is your brother's work, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, let me take a look at this. I want to see which one of these Gebite brats does a better job.
Oh well, I mean, obviously me. These don't even do that much damage. When you're looking at them. Can't even cook with them. So I mean, what's the point?
Okay. As you reach for one of the bombs, you pull it out of your bag. Henry, you're blinded by light. Perhaps this is Pharasma. Perhaps this is heaven. But you look around blearily, and you see that you're in a desert.
And then you could kick it, and punch it like a football.
Whoa. Before you kick it like a football, let me take a look at this thing.
Sure.
He takes it, and he turns it, he looks at it, and you see the whole world, Henry, go. And then you see Vashon Gallowby's face. His fake mustache is drooping from all the sweat. He's badly sunburned. He looks into your eyes, and he says, well, not bad. Henry, he's about to poke you in the eye.
Hey, what are you doing?
All right. He screams, and he throws the bomb in the air.
You're supposed to throw it up, man. Sean, what the fuck? That thing explodes.
Oh shit! Run! Okay.
They're at least 20 feet away.
So the wild surge.
Woodchop's running out there like, I got it. I got it.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful. How you jumped it? And he leaps off and he goes to grab it. The wild surge was awakening, divination, mental secret. One animal within 60 feet is affected by awakened animal. But if no animals are present, instead a random object is affected by awakened objects.
Amazing.
All right. So, Henry, you prepare to die again.
Yep.
And as you see the ground coming up to get you, I don't know if maybe you make peace with it. Maybe this was just a weird, like, prank. Maybe this is your life flashing before your eyes. But then you're enveloped in soft blue feathers.
So don't worry, I got it. Oh, wow. This is a bomb. I could be just like Jericho. Hey, stop this boat. I got a bomb.
I'm in hell.
Yeah,
This is-
throw it that way, Woodshop.
Oh, Jericho, your skull's talking.
It does.
Maybe it's a telephone. Is that?
Wait,
Can we talk to
Jericho.
Parsis? Parsis, hey!
I take the skull and I hold it up to my ear. That doesn't exist. Hello?
hey, Jericho.
Oh, hey,
Am I-
Henry, are you
I
dead?
think I'm in hell. Are you dead too? Because this has to be hell.
I've been dead for a while, Henry.
Jericho, Grum says it's my turn.
No, what?
No.
Relax. Henry's on the other side. Henry, are you dead?
He's on the other side of the phone?
Yeah.
I thought he really thinks he's in hell right now, to be completely honest. What is happening?
I'm not
Why?
really sure. What happened to you? Thought you died. You had a whole big heroic sacrifice and everything.
I did, and then I was in darkness, making peace with myself. And then I heard Vashon's voice.
Oh,
And
that's
it
tough.
only...
Oh,
It
wow,
only
buddy.
went down
Hey,
from
hey,
there.
hey. I heard Pharasma is actually a dwarf. What's she look like?
I have not seen Pharasma.
Well, look around. This is a telephone to the dead, right?
Wait, are you the skull?
I think I'm the skull.
Oh shit! How'd that
Oh.
happen?
What'd you do, like jump bodies at the last minute?
I have no... This just happened.
I mean,
Well, I mean,
What happened?
well, we don't know. We kind of motored. We left. So if you want any kind of epilogue exposure from us, you ain't gonna get nothing. So,
I guess I'm just...
do you want to die?
Am I stuck like this?
I mean, we could kill you. I think you explode.
they could blow you up. Yeah, I mean,
Like-
if you don't want to live, if you don't want to live as a bomb.
Wait, hold on. This is one of the the Clockwork head bombs that you can attach
Yeah,
to
yeah,
a
that you can
creature?
attach to a body. Yeah.
Oh. Hmm.
I could like find some kind of lizard and throw you at it.
Or I mean,
You
if
could
I'm here-
disarm him and send him back to his family in Alkenstar. They can put him on the
Put 'em in a
mantle.
box.
If
Unless
you hadn't just died, I was gonna have this wild magic surge affect the boat, and then I was gonna have the boat cry out in fear as it fell over the water.
But I was dead, so that just makes sense. I mean,
I mean, you can come with
I
us
mean-
if you want to. I mean, we're kind of going to Absalom, I think.
I
Or do you
got
wanna go
nowhere
see your
else to
family?
go. I mean, like he looks around, sort of, like tries to. It's like, there. I mean, I'd like to be back with the family, but you know, you shouldn't have to go back for me.
We wouldn't go back.
Oh, hey, don't you worry, buddy. There's a post office in Martel. We'll post you back.
Yeah, we'll send you a package with a bomb.
Wait,
No,
what?
listen,
Actually,
I send explosives through the mail all the time. You just stare them right in the face when they ask if there's an explosive in there. You just say no.
Can't we just attach me to something and just let me on my way?
Sure.
I mean, we could put your head on this dinosaur, I guess.
That's actually really cool.
Yeah, hang
It's
on.
like a normal human skull on a fucking dinosaur.
Well, wait, it could be the eyeball in the skull.
All right, he says, all right,
I didn't pay too much attention to your brother's workshop.
No, I
There are
get
too
it.
many,
I get
too
it.
many words, too many words per slide. When you're making a presentation, you can't. You gotta have punchy. 20 words or less. 10 best.
I mean,
You
I
gotta
get
know
it.
the material enough that you're not using the presentation slides as note cards.
That just
I
sounds
didn't
like
have
an
the.
excuse.
I didn't have. Listen, I didn't have the courage to tell him your brother seems like a loose cannon.
I mean, he's my brother. What did you expect?
Nothing less than what I got.
Exactly. I will detach the skull of the skeleton.
Okay.
And I will replace it with the skull bomb.
The skeleton looks around. Its skull does. It rolls back and forth. It's like ah.
I attach Henry to it.
Okay.
Dear God.
All right.
There's I get.
Do you have motor functions?
Sweet Pop watches. His eye lights bright, and he says,
We have created new life.
Yes, we did, Sweet Pup.
This is the first step towards a perfect world.
Hell yeah.
Wow.
All right, Henry, you're coming along with us to Absalom. Let's go. Or if you do want to die, we could kill you. But I mean, up to you.
Henry thinks now how he might be the real first step in the robot apocalypse, regardless like everything.
I mean, Henry,
You
you
know what?
could just
We've
you could just run head first into the side of a mountain. I mean,
Yeah.
set yourself off. I'm just saying.
You know what, Jericho? We've come this far, and I trust that, family's okay. They're okay, right?
I don't know.
Yep. Yep. They're all
Oh,
good.
thank you. Okay. See, there we go. I trust Grom. Because he wants to believe Grom, so he's gonna trust Grom. like a real Alkenstar citizen. He believes the person that he feels like he wants to believe. And you know what? Wherever we're going next, glad to be here with you guys. Preferably in a different body in the future.
I'll work on. I bet I can make something. I'm gonna put Parsons' work to shame.
Yeah, well, maybe if we can I don't know, put the blast suit around me, some laser eyes. That would be pretty cool.
We don't have the blast suit.
Henry, you feel woodshop climbing on your back.
He shakes wildly. He's like, sorry.
Oh, hey,
there.
buddy, whoa!
I think the feathers are tickling me. You're gonna have to.
Oh, okay. You know, this is great. We're like one big family now, with a capital F.
And he hugs you.
F for oh wait, sorry, can't say that.
Henry just takes it in and says,
All right, you feel a small metal baby hugging you. You can feel because of your marrow, the factory of blood in your body, even after death. Yeah.
Well, I mean, check out necromancers and the skeleton thing. It's pretty cool, but they can recall knowledge if you have a skeleton. Exterior or interior, there's a feat. Anyways, he's like, you know what? Again, glad to be here, team. Let's go.
Watching our B team hug the skeleton, Jericho will crouch down next to Garum and she'll hold out an arm like, do you want a hug?
Sure.
Hell yeah. Alright, I'm glad we made it out of this, buddy.
Me too.
Glad it was with you. I don't think I would have survived Kelly. You would have been like, no, Jericho, don't rob the bank. No, Jericho, don't blow everything up.
It's beautiful. All right, I'll take you guys back to the dashboard.
Huh.
That's good. I thought the bombs were gonna explode, so that's good.
That is a ridiculous wild magic sir.
I saw it and I was like, of course. Of course. Of
Most
course.
Marvel ending.
All right, so you guys did it. You made it to the end of the campaign, and we have time to spare. So you want to wrap party this up? You want to wrap party this up?
Sure.
Or if you want to abandon us to play Marvel Rivals or whatever, I understand. I respect.
You can play Marvel, right?
No, I am here till 11 o'clock for this adventure, for this storytelling experience, to celebrate my players and their victory.
Minutes. I can, I can just be like, we're gonna play Marvel
Nah.
Rivals.
Whenever I finish the campaign, I do offer to crack open the book and answer any questions you might have about the adventure. I will tell you this. In 30 years, this is the closest to the book I have ever run an adventure. For better or for worse. So I am actually very curious for your feedback on the campaign and how things went. So if anybody has questions about the adventure or wants to talk about the adventure or has any feelings they want to put out there about
What epic thing did we miss? What epic
What-
items did we miss?
epic items. Okay, so the Tin Wound Hydroforge had 2 additional floors. One was full of explosives, and one was completely flooded and full of beefed up skeletal crocodiles that had a thick ass stat block, as well as zombie piranhas. If you managed to get through all of that, you would have gone up against Parsis and his vampire livestock. In an all-out crazy boss fight after somehow making it through the hellscape that was that dungeon. But there was actually quite a bit of treasure in that dungeon. It's like at least 3 shock runes. There was like armor that gave you resistance to like lightning. Like there was like a lot. There was a lot of good stuff in there. It's like I said.
I wrote 3 pages.
That would have been helpful on the ship.
Parsis had bullets as part of his drop that if you shot a corpse with a bullet, it got up as a zombie under your control. There's some pretty sick stuff, yeah. They're called, what are they called? Reanimator rounds or something crazy like something heavy metal like that. Yeah. For the most part though, I think you guys didn't really miss too much. Yeah.
So what was the trick to easy moding the Cradle of Quartz?
There wasn't one. When I read the Cradle of Quartz, I immediately started Googling. I was like, Cradle of Quartz, TPK? And everyone's like, yes.
Oh god.
And then, and listen, I have been running for the last 2 years plus a year of prep, right? Curse of Strahd, the most popular and supported adventure in the history of TTRPGs, right? You look up music for that, you got 15 different original compositions for every area and fight in the game, right? It's so you try to run a Pathfinder adventure and you look for any help from the community and it's like, are you stupid? Pathfinder kids don't need help. When I looked up Cradle of Quartz, there were like support groups for it. Like there were multi-page guides about how not to make it a TPK or how to at least recover from it being a TPK. There was a guide on how to run it. I had an overlay map on the DM layer that showed me all of the safe spaces, which there were not a lot, and then all of the spaces where it would be sickened from like not being near a corner or whatever. Didn't do any good because of course we had wild magic surges. So we took a bad scenario and then we made it even worse.
One of us died. I mean,
It sounds like those are all support groups for GMs. We need players.
Oh yeah. But High Noon, they had a full TPK in there. Like they had a full.
That's fair. I don't blame any over TPKing in that. Like we almost, we were so close to TPK.
And the TPK solution was Droxelos brought them back as like undead Suicide Squad. So there were 2 mummies, a ghost, a vampire, and I forget what the other one was. A zombie? No, a ghoul. And their Vashon came back as a ghoul also. And he was like, "You're my minions now. Go defeat, the Claws of Time, so I can get the fuck out of here." And so they had to go fight the Claws of Time or whatever. But they persuaded him to fight alongside them, and then of course they got him killed, and that's how they broke free from his control. is, they were like, it's not really like disobeying to want to spend time with your master. It's like, I guess not. Yeah. It's like, we just want him to come with us so we're not lonely. Woo woo woo. Yeah. So then their reward, I guess that's fat loot that you didn't get. Their reward for from Bry for going off on this bullshit side mission that had nothing to do with Steampunk Cowboys. She was like, I'll bring you back to life, or you can have a sick boon and live out the rest of your existence as undead. And 2 of them decided to stay undead. So we had a ghost for the rest of the campaign and a full vampire for the rest of the campaign. But the others turned back and they got these thick ass boons from Bry.
It's okay. It's okay. We forgive
So
Grom.
when Grom was like, we don't need anything, that was a chance for Henry to get turned back into a real boy.
Sorry, Henry.
It's fine. Undead Henry worked out. Honestly, I think we had a lot of good moments because of Undead
Yeah.
Henry, especially the arc where he was didn't accept that he was really dead, and then he
Oh
just
yeah,
thought,
and you made him a skin suit
That's
to help him
great.
transition, and yeah, it was fantastic. Yeah, and what else? You guys probably wouldn't have wanted the boons from Bry anyways because they were all magical, so they did trigger wild magic surges or whatever. But that group just gobbled that shit up. They were just like, I can cast haste on myself once per day. Hell yeah!
I don't know, haste, I might do it. Like the slow ass movement speed, yeah. Like everything, level 10, everything was how do I get my speed up and be able to move across terrain. That was my whole level up.
But their ghost, the funny part about their ghost is that was their tank. That was she's their dwarven champion. But like everyone's like in fights, they're like, well, I don't have a ghost touch weapon. I'm not fighting the ghost. It's like having the worst time. Like no one would fight her because she's like a ghost. So when they got the power armor or whatever, she like has a feat where you can move physical objects or whatever. So we said that she was pulling like a Full Metal Alchemist and like piloting the armor from inside as a ghost, so that people would actually start attacking her again. But she spent a very long time. No one was willing to fight her because they're like, I'm not wasting bullets on a ghost.
I mean, champion reaction very good though. So if you
Yeah,
don't get attacked.
Yeah, no, it was cool. Like it was neat to see her find other ways to support the team without just being able to run up to the front and get beat on or whatever. But yeah, no, Cradle Course was rough. I know a couple of you at least are like, why would the writers do that? Like, why would that even be a thing? Everything about it felt completely weird and convoluted. So I approached it as a GM the same way that I approached the entire Odyssey of the Dragon Lords 650-page adventure, or 550-page, or however long it is. That big adventure that didn't make any fucking sense. And I looked at it as a whole, and all the things that didn't make sense, and I tried to piece together what sense could I make of it? Do you know what I mean? So like the whole like you're allowed to go to the restricted section of the Bry library without the right authorization, like why would that would never happen, right? So I was like, okay, that's weird, right? And then like the whole Kosawana like gets freaked out about Pyronite and has like an existential like faith crisis. Sure, okay, but this isn't a campaign about magic and religion. This is supposed to be a campaign about cowboy shit, steampunk cowboy shit, right? But then I was like, okay, but Bry is the machine god, and she is like one of the 2 big gods here in the city. The other one's what's his nuts of Abadar, the god of wealth. And I'm like, okay, so we're gonna honor the adventure. We're gonna make it work. It's cool. The airship stuff. I thought all the airship stuff was really cool. I was like, okay, the airship stuff cool. Would have been cooler if they just flew the airship to, I don't know, Dungan Hold. A floating citadel. That would have been a lot cooler. But they go in some fucking hellhole in the middle of the desert. That doesn't make any sense.
Or to the gunworks. Could have easily had like the whole
Yeah.
ship
Well.
directly
Yeah.
to the
Yeah.
gunworks.
And like the train that I like mentioned at the end of the adventure, there was never a train. I would have loved to have a train.
Train
You know what I'm
is such
saying?
classic Cowboys. Why was
I
there no
have
train?
5 different versions of a train map from 5 different incredible map artists. I've run a train adventure, Princess Heist 2, Electric Choo Choo. Like, I have the map. I have the maps. We could have had a cool train thing, but I told myself, I was like, no, you're gonna run it according to the adventure. You're gonna run it, and we're gonna just go through it. We're gonna experience this Paizo Adventure Path thing. They have all the stuff ready for you. But like, it was hard. It was a hard sell for me. It was hard to like present professionally to my players the Cradle of Courts. But I was happy about the Cradle of Courts because I want to run Stolen Fates, and I want to run Stolen Fate off of this adventure. And son of a bitch, if it didn't provide the catalyst to run Stolen Fate the exact way I wanted to run it. So it was like a happy accident for me, and then like the players who are going into Stolen Fate, they'll at least get to salvage some sense of like, oh, this shit that happened in the Cradle of Courts, it was a setup for this. But Raw, it's not the setup for this. It's just a random bullshit thing that shouldn't have been there and had nothing to do with the adventure. And not happy about it.
I think that the Cradle was just so out of the blue, and I think they really wanted like to have a whole Mana Waste adventure, which I get, and I think getting there was fine. I liked all the like random encounters we had, the wild magic storms, whatever. I just the destination wasn't worth the journey for that.
Well, and then Raw. Outside, after you've crashed your airship and you've hiked your ass through the desert and you get to this extremely remote dungeon, do you know what the raw encounter was outside? It wasn't a stand elemental with a T-Rex carapace shell. It was a flock of cockatrice. So those cockatrice that I used to like kind of herd you guys in and like keep you in the dungeon, that was like the front door encounter. So you get all the way there in a campaign that's discouraging you from playing magic users. And then at the level you were at, I don't even think a spellcaster could have saved you. So you get turned to stone and you're nowhere near civilization. Now what? Do you know what I mean? It was just like every part of that adventure was just garbage. It was just so bad. Yeah. And I tried to make it scary and interesting and adventurous, and I tried to add some lightheartedness with Droxelos being a goofball Skeletor, but like it was like, what the fuck is going on here?
I think a way to salvage it, if we weren't gonna like completely remove it from the book, right? Was have it be like a race against Mugland to get there, like have us.
Like the first Mummy movie where they're always like neck and neck trying. Yeah.
Whatever
like they're
is.
You've never seen the Brendan Fraser Mummy movie?
It's on one of the streaming services right now. I literally watched it last night.
Wow. It's one of the best movies ever made.
It is a perfect movie.
Yeah.
Like having a rival like adventuring party with Muglin at their lead, so we like run into Muglin every so often. So like it also helps make the villain more present.
Well, that's just a Paizo Adventure Path issue. Period. Like this Ibrahim dude is dope as hell. I introduced him at the end of the second to last chapter of the adventure. I'm like, oh yeah, there's this Ibrahim guy.
I was
like,
writing
okay.
my review for this. I'm like 3 pages in. I just finished book 1.
Oh my god.
And there's a point we were in the brewery, I remembered, where we ran into those Splinter Nex agents, and I'm like, why wasn't Ibrahim introduced through that plot point? And with the Nex agents, that just got dropped out of nowhere. I don't know.
Well, that's the thing. Like, none of the books ever seem to tie together. Like,
that's what I wrote too. Like, this would have been perfect.
Yeah.
Like the writers communicated in any way.
No spoilers at all for Stolen Fate, but each of the 3 books of Stolen Fate, they're like, this is obviously the DM NPC for this book. And it's like, but you already have a DM NPC from book 1. You don't need a new one every book. The whole point of the DM NPC is that they're there the whole time.
They just
You know what I'm
forget
saying?
about
Like,
NPCs.
yeah, but like,
it's just-
yeah, but every book is like it's like a different set of writers on a show. You know what I mean? It would be like if a
There's no
TV
talking in
show.
between.
Yeah, exactly. If a different writing team showed up and was like, "Well, I don't even want to watch the first season. I have my own ideas," and it's like, "Thanks, Netflix. That's for you ruined The Witcher. Literally, you could have just followed the books. They're already written. You didn't even need writers."
There's a lot going on with Paizo adventures that I read that I'm just thinking like, do the people who did Descent into Avernus write these things? Like connecting the tissues from
Oh
one
my
to the next.
god.
I think they're
Yeah.
good, and I really like them. It's just like I wish they were more interconnected than they are. It's just like there's tissues there, and you can see them. Like, oh, these can be easy connections. But it's like, why aren't the writers making those connections? Like, why are we doing it? Like, those are easy enough to make. Like,
It'd be worth having the delay in books to have them done by the same person, so there's cohesion between them.
yeah.
Yeah, but they are like Nintendo with Pokemon games. Like Paizo is just cranks it out, and like you guys all get so excited. They're like, about like, oh, there's a new class coming out. It's so cool. Like, no, I lived that life. Okay, I lived through 3rd edition where like there was 25 new books every Friday. Every Friday there's 25 new fucking books, and my players would be like, the players would show up with they're like, well, I changed my whole build, and here you go. And it's like, you're not playing that shit. They're like, well, I spent $40 on these books. It's like, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. It was horrible. So like, whenever I hear like, oh yeah, there's a new class coming out, I'm like, why? Fix the fighter issues. Like, you already have plenty of classes. You got to take care of those classes. You can't go and make new classes when you have problems with your existing classes. While Inventor is still Inventor, you should not be allowed to go and make new classes. And I feel like that's the same thing with their adventure pass. They're like it's been 3 weeks, time for a new adventure path. What? No, it's not time for a new. This is crazy. Like, one of the things that I loved about 5e before 5e completely fell apart was that you didn't get adventures all the damn time. Like, they didn't release books all the damn time. When they were like beyond the notice of like Big Bro Hasbro, and they were just kind of like, yeah, I mean, we're just making content for this game. It was nice. You know what I mean? It was like, oh, okay, we got one new source book. Okay, we can digest this together and figure out what to do. But like, yeah, it's just too much. It's too much. You could never get them to slow down on this shit, and it's frustrating. It's frustrating. But it's okay. It was a lesson learned, and it's I'm never gonna run an adventure this close to raw like ever again. Like ever again.
My plan, I've been thinking about it, is I'm just gonna strip the second book out and just strip out parts of Dragon Heist and just have different factions all fighting for some MacGuffin that you can just
well the MacGuffin is easy. The MacGuffin is easy. Vashon, he's like,
That's
you
not
think
his
I'm
MacGuffin.
well, he just says, you think I memorized that fucking formula?
no.
Of course I did. I wrote it down, and then I hit it all over the city. Like,
That's
yeah, exactly.
So
Boom, done. That's book 2. That's book 2. Done. Also, you want your choo-choo train? Here's a better. So your guys' opening where you're like being like fed to a Sarlacc or whatever in the desert. You know what I'm saying? Like, I made that up because the intro was you guys already at the Barrel and Bullet Saloon, and her being like, well, we all hate Muglin and we all hate Loveless, right? Right?
Let's go. Rob
Right?
a bank.
Yeah. All right, good. Go rob a bank. And I was like, that's like zero buy-in. Like, there's no effort made here at all. Like, they're just like, this is it. You guys are going to do this. And I was like, I want them to at least look the bad guys in the eyes. Do you know what I'm saying? Before we start the adventure. So that, like, they can at least feel like some kind of effort was made to be like, yes, these are the bad guys. They know you and you know them. Look it. You're interacting with each other. Here's even better. The scene opens on a train. You guys are in a prison car on the train, and then Boomer and like Phoebe and crew, they're busting you out of the train. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you know what what I'm saying?
there's like
And then
mini combat on the train.
and at the beginning of the session, it's Lovelace and Muglin mocking you guys while you're behind bars about everything that went down, and then they're way up on the car of the train, so you guys escape, and now you know that the two of them are out of town because that train is headed to Martel, and then the gunworks after that. So while Muglin's out of town, you're gonna hit his bank. You see what I'm saying? Right? Like that's a good I don't know. I just so frustrating. So
Yeah, well, yeah, it's
frustrating.
the, like when you see every. To be fair, it is also very easy that after something's published, just look at it and find all the faults. But there are some glaring errors here.
Yeah.
I mean, if you wanted to get your mana waste part in, have that come right after the train.
That's
Like,
true. That's true. Yeah, the mana
you
waste
jump
thing.
off the train and have to get back to town.
Exactly. Right away, you're doing mana waste because now you got to get back to town. And that could be as simple as they did bring mounts and stuff, but then you had a real bad encounter on the road. Now you got to survive to get back to town. Now you've gotten that out of the way. We've established that you don't want to leave the city. You get back to the city, do all the book one things. I thought the book one things were great. I thought they were fine.
Yeah, I did too. I thought book one
yeah.
was pretty solid, like on its own.
Yeah, I thought book one was great. It just needed a stronger intro. Then you replace pretty much all of book two. You move the airship to we're gonna take the airship to get to the gunworks.
Yes.
So then you use the airship to get to the gunworks, and that's fine because if the ship crashes just outside of the gunworks, then you walk the rest of the way to the gunworks. Done, handled. Do you know what I'm saying? So you would end book two of like the different heists and trying to like get the formula together. You'd end book two with the traveling to the gunworks basically, and then you could just pick up, like right there at the gunworks. I did like in book three all like the whole like we gotta investigate Lovelace's plans. She keeps him in her office. I thought that was kind of a neat trope. You know what I'm saying? Like break into the secret police headquarters. That was kind of cool. A little convoluted. A little, yeah.
Also pretty solid. Like I
Yeah.
think books 1 and 3 are just like solid books, and I like
Yeah.
them a lot. It just really sucked that book 2 is in the middle of them.
Yeah, what you do is you just take the Cradle of Courts itself, the dungeon, and run it for your Halloween horror one shot because that's the only place that belongs.
Yeah. I mean, it
also was just really frustrating. It's like because we have all these alchemists popping up out of nowhere suddenly that know how to make pyronite, and it's like, come on, we got Vashon right there. Like, I understand he's a book 1 NPC, but you could just use him in the other books to be the other alchemists. It's instead of introducing
if you really wanted to do like a wild ass like we have to go to this remote spooky Indiana Jones style dungeon because I know that's the vibe, right? Is because they're kind of like, well, Indiana Jones is kind of like a steampunk cowboy. No, he's not at all. But okay, everything's brown, so maybe. There, like I kind of get that because it's like it's sort of the vibe, right? The 1920s adventure film kind of feel, right? Like, okay, we'll do the Indiana Jones style adventure or whatever. Like, there could have been a better reason to go there, like, than all this other stuff. But even then, if you're gonna go to the effort of changing it, just drop it. You know what I mean? Just drop it. Like Stone's got the right idea. Like you get out, you escape from the train, but then you get waylaid by some nasty shit in the desert. Now you guys have to survive on your way back to the city, get the mana waste out of the way, kick off the campaign, rob a bank, do all that stuff, and then you're golden. Golden. But I will say this. The weird shit with the cradle did set me up real good for running the Stolen Fate. It did set me up real good for running the Stolen Fate. So
if we end up like going back to it, I'll be happy. Just so it means something.
Yeah, I'm a dope. I'm tired.
All right.
See ya. Good night.
Bye.
See you around the Discord, dude.
I guess. Any other? Oh, go ahead, Leah.
Also the finale of book 3 with the boat. I think
The what?
The book 3 finale with the boat that we were on. I think it was so fucking cool. I thought the set piece was awesome. Like our stakes that we put ourselves into were also pretty cool. as much as Ebrium wasn't around, I also thought Ebrium was pretty cool. And it was a really great finale, I think, to the campaign as a whole, which was just really fun. Everything that was like annoying, quote unquote, was our fault. Like splitting up and doing that to ourselves, but like the whole set piece, very, very cool. The idea of like, are you gonna try to save the civilians while you're doing this? Like, are you gonna focus on the bombs? You're gonna focus on Loveless? Like, it was just a very cool climax, I think, and finale to the campaign. It was just very, very cool.
See, I think Ibram would have been perfect to be put in the Cradle Quartz, honestly.
They put Ebrium there too. Yeah.
Yeah. Him looking for a magical artifact there, like something.
He's a wizard.
Yeah.
I could see him there. That's all.
Yeah. Or Ebrium was the financial backer that gave Kosawana, sort of the safety net to feel comfortable leaving the Church of Bry. You know what I'm saying? Like Ebrium was funding his research into Pyronite, essentially. That could be something to kind of introduce them earlier. But yeah, I felt like the cutscenes were kind of like the only saving grace for how absent like the bad guys felt in the campaign. Like it just felt bad to have the bad guys so absent, because in Curse of Strahd, obviously he's everywhere. And then in Odyssey of the Dragon Lords, they're like, those are the two bad guys. And you're like, you mean those two people right over there? Those two people are the bad guys for the whole campaign? The ones I'm about to sit down and have dinner with? Those are the bad guys for the whole campaign? For the next 3 years of my life, those are the main bad guys? And I'm level 2? That's them right there? It's like, yeah, those are the main bad guys. Like, they're just always there. You know what I'm saying? They're always there. They're present all the time. And like to a certain extent, I think in this campaign, it was like that because Muglin obviously has a huge influence in the city as a big crime lord, and then as a crooked cop who's a celebrated hero for over 100 years. Like obviously Loveless has a huge influence in the city, and when you run into a crooked cop, you're kind of running into Loveless. When you run into like shitty gangsters, you're running into Muglin. So you do kind of have that, I think. But it felt like something that you had to stay on top of, or it very much felt like absent bad guys,
I have
Yeah.
Here's a thought.
Mm.
So would this is, I guess, post game stuff that might so you might not be able to answer, but would Alkenstar, in order to keep faith in the cops, would they pretend that Loveless died and as a hero, just to save face?
I would say if they could have, they would have, but Loy Aiton is just too lawful, so he would have already put all that out to everybody.
Ah, fair.
Yeah. So there was no getting the pee out of the pool at that point. Like he would have already blasted broadsheets across the entire duchy to say, to let them know what happened over there. So it'd be pretty hard. It'd be pretty hard to dial it back from that.
Very fair. It's just that feels like the type of thing that the city would do.
It definitely would have been if they could have gotten away with it. Yeah. How did you guys feel about the idea that the people you were working for would have definitely killed you at the end of the campaign instead of giving you the reward they promised?
I mean, I feel like we figured it out super quickly and it was super obvious. Like, I feel like it would have felt bad if we assumed they wouldn't kill us. But because we kind of knew, I don't think it felt as bad.
Grom had no idea they were going to kill him. It never occurred to me or to Grom.
Oh, Dirk! Oh my God!
Well.
Man.
It's a good thing Jericho was there to save.
Yeah, I think in the other game, I had Vashon like take Bellinora aside and be like, "Hey, I've been thinking. After meeting the Duchess, I don't think we're gonna make it through this."
Well, I think after our meeting with the Duchess, Jericho was like, "Wait a minute, we're people who know how to make Pyronite."
Right? I mean, look at the look on this woman's eyes. You think she wouldn't strangle a baby to like save Alkenstar. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. Mm. Well, okay. I also want to know, how did you guys feel having the two BBEGs just nope out in the final battle? And like irreconcilably, like they're just like, nope, you can pretend you got us to the epilogue, but we're out. We're dunzos. Like, I don't think I've ever had a game where like the final boss didn't like, fight to the death for what they believed in. You know what I'm saying?
It's realistic. I think if this wasn't going to Stolen Fates, we'd probably want to do some more game trying to find them. Because them just kind of getting away does kind of feel bad. We're having a Stolen Fates after this, so it's likely they probably appear over there somewhere.
But if we weren't having a follow-up campaign, you would be like, even though it's a very realistic ending, you would be like, nah, that sucked. Like you would have preferred that at least one of them stick around to die for their crazed ideals, or
I would say them getting away would be fine, but it's like I want to go after them, kind of deal. You know, I want to have the satisfaction of killing them or finding them.
I wouldn't necessarily care about Ibram. I think it's love. Like, it's like, I'm willing to chase through the city now to try to find, like, kind of a
right. Yeah. You kind of like do a skill challenge, like corner them as they're trying to get onto an airship or something.
Or even just like a side quest, like a mini quest or something, just to find them so they can like escape.
If we were getting beat up as bad as we were towards the end there, I'd been more inclined to say, yeah, it's disappointing, but at that point, we were just trying. I felt like we were just trying to race against the clock to disarm those bombs.
Well, the bombs. Yeah. I think we could have beat the shit out of her if we just ganged up on her altogether.
Well, that was my stance on this whole campaign, right? Because I like gun crits, right? The end. Like, gun crits exist. So like, your gunslingers were either doing 6 damage or like 68 damage. You know what I'm saying? And then if your melee fighter got up on him, then it was pretty much over, right? But like, I don't know. I'm thinking, like, as a player, I was wondering that. I was like, if I went all the way to the end of the campaign and the bad guy escaped, I guess I would just tell the DM, like, I'm gonna spend my epilogue, like, that's what my character does. Like, they're gonna do everything they can to track down this person and kill him, like, take him out. Like,
wouldn't most of the party, and at that point I'd be like, why wouldn't you just play for a little while longer? At that point, just finish the game, just finding there and killing them, and doing like a side quest or something.
And there's plenty of action movies where you have this incredible set piece, like scenario, and the bad guy does escape, right? And then they just kind of roll. You think, oh, that's it for the movie, and then they just roll into the next thing. Do you know what I'm saying? Of like, maybe her jetpack ran out of fuel and then she landed on a boat, like a smaller boat, and now she's on this fucking steampunk speedboat, and then you guys are chasing after her on your fucking skeletal crocodiles, and like we're having this like chase scene on the river. Like there's a lot of ways that you could have like done it where it kept going, I guess, to reach a more satisfying finale, I guess, conclusion. So, but I also wonder, like, as a player, if like DM was like, yeah, well, this is a crime drama, and like they noped out, I kind of would be like, well, yeah.
I get why they noped out. Like, I think that's fine. It's more so like I want to murder her.
Listen, if you wanted to murder her, you should have had me knock her prone instead of throw her off the side.
Listen, I didn't realize she had a jetpack. How could I have known?
Nah, mathematically thinking about it right now, I bet you, like, knock her prone, you get up on her, we got like 80 reactive strikes between us, all the action economy to get up, step away, it would kill, like, anyone.
And that hippo was down there too. I don't know, that was just that's why I like that final fight so much. It was like a situation where it's like, we really want to kill the bad guys, but like, we have so much more shit to deal with right now. They are quite literally just an obstacle to us at the moment.
Yeah, true. So it was dynamic.
Yeah, it was dynamic.
The bombs were the boss. Really, the bombs were the boss.
Yes.
Loveless couldn't hurt Grom anyways.
Yeah,
True,
fair.
true.
Well, and then that's another thing. I think dice have a lot to do with it, right? You're like, oh, we got so many reactive strikes, but like, you get one per thing that they do, right? So if they stand up, right, they get to stand up first. Then you get your reactive. She gets her reactive, and then, if you land a crit on the final boss of the campaign, with your reactive strike, and they somehow fail their fort, and then fall prone again, and then try to stand up again, you get a third reactive strike. You know what I'm saying? But like, there's a lot of ifs, like that all have to work out. I mean, you guys went in with like a fat stack of like fanspirations and still didn't ace the final skill challenge. You know what I mean? So like, at the end of the day, the dice they are telling that story. You know what I mean? Of what is actually going to happen. Like yeah. I know that you and Leah are both very lucky when it comes to dice rolls. So you don't live in the same world as the rest of us. But I've seen some pretty crazy shit go down with dice. So like, I don't trust it. You know what I'm saying? I see that I'm close enough to succeed at a cost. I'm just going to succeed at a cost. I ain't going to risk re-rolling into a natty 1. That's crazy talk. That's crazy times. You know what I mean?
And the
Like,
world I live in where dice just hate you.
well, we play Kingdom Death, okay? We've been playing Kingdom Death for like 6 years, 7 years now. We've learned, okay? We've learned the hard way. Sometimes you take a mid-win, you take a barely pass the class because trying to re-roll for something better, you're just asking for more pain. Like, man, I don't know. But it's yeah, it is fascinating to see, especially with the gun crits, because there's been in the other game they have a sniper gunslinger, and so he really either does 6 damage or like 60 damage, and when they can't land those crits, ooh, feels bad.
Yeah, I decided I don't like Gunslinger. I feel so bad every time I would watch Jet do 4 damage and Henry do 50, and I'm like, that's not a fighter thing, that's a gunslinger thing. It's like, it just sucks. I don't know. Like, banking off crits, it's a way to play.
Well, it's a gambling class. It's kind of
Yeah.
intentional design.
Yeah, it is designed around gambling mechanics. Yeah. But they also have the +2 to attacks just like a fighter, so you can't even say that it's not equitable in that way. It's more that ranged is nerfed for damage compared to melee, as I think from a game design standpoint it should be, because like there were many fights where Jet never took any damage and Henry was always making death saves. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, there is a big difference there. Like, we noticed that in Season 1 Paradise Vale, because, like, no one wants to get up front when you're playing with critical hits and permanent injuries and all this other kind of stuff, when they can stay in the back and do just as much, if not more, damage and get a bonus to initiative and get a bonus to armor class, because Dex is a better stat than strength, like, overall.
And in Pathfinder, you don't have to sacrifice movement as much. If you're in melee, you have to keep moving.
Yeah, exactly. If you don't have a reach weapon or an ability that can like give you some reach, like all the bad guy got to do with that third Pac-Man is just step back 5 feet. They just got to step back 5 feet. Now they robbed you of like an entire action, like on your turn, if because you got to catch up with them. So it's like I get it, but I've definitely learned through the Pathfinder that we've all played together that, like, man, at the higher levels where reactive strikes come in, a melee powerhouse gets up on you and they have reactive strike, you're fucking done. Like, I spent a whole week wondering if my character was gonna die, because she was a spellcaster and she was prone next to a bunch of melee opponents, and I had no idea if they had reactive strikes or not. But if they did, it was gonna be a real bad time. Because, like, it's not 5e, you know what I'm saying? You can't just take a disengage action and completely negate all of the mechanics in the game. You can't just use Misty Step and negate all of the penalties in the game for a bonus action. Like, you try to, like, cast a teleport, to punch you in the face. You know what I mean? You try to crawl away, they punch you in the face. You try to stand up, they let you stand up, they punch you in the face. Like, It's
You try
crazy.
to plead for your life, they punch you in the face.
Yeah, they try
Yeah.
to plead for your life.
Surrender.
Yeah. You try to surrender. They punch you in the face, and then if like it's a PC fighter, like it's pretty good chance that they're going to be using a weapon that causes prone, and that's with a saving throw. It used to be the weapons that caused prone. They just caused prone on a critical hit. There wasn't even a fucking saving throw. It was the dumbest shit in the whole world. Like, yeah. So yeah, if you're back there with your your little gun and your little bow and arrow, and you're barely doing any damage, I mean, you're back there with your spell cantrips. Like, I'll drop like 8 damage at level what are we at 6? Like with my cantrip per round, and I'm like, I guess that's good. I don't know, but it feels weird in the game to be in the same party as someone who's dropping like 78 damage, and you're dropping like 8 damage. You know what I'm saying? And you're supposed to somehow feel like it's okay. You know what I mean? That's where I still don't like Pathfinder. I still don't know how I feel about it. Playing Marvel Rivals for the last like few days, the way the classes work in that, where their roles are so distinct, and it's like you've got the Hulk like having to slap you 30 times to kill you because they nerfed his damage because he's a tank and tanks aren't allowed to have damage. But then you've got like Iron Fist fucking like just hovering in the air, like punching everyone to death, like, over and over again. But yet Iron Fist could also be punched to death really fast versus the Hulk who, it's going to take a while. Like, I could feel that, you know what I'm saying? I could kind of like understand that a bit more. And there's that sort of level of video game design going on in Pathfinder where you can't look at the fighter dealing all that damage and feel bad because really that's all the fighter is. Like, the fighter is just putting damage down. That's it. They're not melting a hole in the floor to create an entirely new dungeon. Do you know what I'm saying? They're not, they're not casting these rad spells that completely change up the utility and function of like the game and the strategies and all that. Yeah, they could, I guess, with free archetypes and, enough money, but like for the most part, knowing that they are the source of damage, they're almost like pigeonholed into having to do that, right? If you're a fighter and you didn't get a crit on your turn, did you actually play the game correctly?
Did you play right?
Yeah, exactly.
Nah,
No, like
I would definitely have done Henry a little different. I would have gone with lightning swap with different weapons, and I would have gone not barbarian. I would have done something with more versatility just to have the options because
yeah, like
I play a witch alchemist and I do like 8,000 different things a turn because it's just more interesting to me.
yeah, like Nomamile, as a summoner who was also free archetyped into sorcerer and champion, like I was doing everything, and I wasn't doing anything like really good, but like whatever we needed by the end of that campaign, I could do it. Like whatever needed to be done, I could do it, and I didn't at any point feel like pigeonholed into doing something. Like
And
right now with my
things
witch,
real hard.
yeah, right. But right now with my witch character, I feel like if I'm not doing support on my turn, I'm not really contributing because I'm not really good at anything else. So like if I'm not providing support, then I'm not playing the character right. And I kind of don't like that because it does feel like a sort of loss of like freedom and variety. I don't know. But yeah, I kind of would hate the pressure of being a fighter, and everyone's like, well, like literally they design the hit points of the monsters around us having a fighter in the party and them critting every round. So like, if you're not critting every round, are you even doing your job right? Like, why'd you play fighter if you're not going to crit every round? Like, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about all of it.
Just
So.
crit. I don't know. I don't mind. I think fighters are fine. I don't mind. I think they're fine. I'm a fighter defender. I will say though, I've been slowly sliding into the hatred of fighter, having one in my own game now, watching them crit everything and annihilate my bosses. I think that Alkenstar is in a very unique position with casters not being
Well, that's not Raw though. Like
choice.
Raw, they're like, yeah, technically it's a wild magic area, but like that's not very fun. So we don't think you should use it. You could if you want, but we don't support that with our, with this adventure.
Well, I guess
I
that
don't-
with our
yeah.
version of Alkenstar, we didn't have
Right.
mages. We only really
Mhm.
had the closest thing we had to a mage was an alchemist. So I think we were
Yeah.
in a unique position where we kind of had to rely on the fighter to crit things because we didn't have any of that support that we were used to for having a cleric or a wizard on
Mhm.
staff to kind of provide that support for us. So we had to pigeonhole the fighter into critting every round. Or else they can get bad very quickly.
I guess, but from what I've read though online, and from what I've seen personally in my own experience, like the Voltron strategy of 3 or 4 people supporting one fighter is like the meta for the game, though. Like, I mean, it
Actually,
really is like, I don't know.
That's what I
There
mean.
was a
I
good
feel
video
like
by-
we didn't have the Voltron. That's what I kind of want to mean.
Oh yeah, yeah, I guess so. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So,
there's I think that well-rounded parties work, and if you support everybody, it works better
Mhm.
because like spells are strong if they actually work. So really, you should be aiding the spellcasters to get their strong spells off on the enemies.
Oh,
Like,
absolutely. Yeah, like someone should have, more than one person should have Bon Mont in case Bon Mont fails and they become immune to Bon Mont, because then you could drop Bon Mont and then the person can actually land a will-based save on somebody, and then, that will-based save might shut that enemy down completely, or, convert them to your side or make them run away. But like, if the spellcaster's just going off of raw numbers, trying to land these crowd control spells, like, or these debuffs, they ain't never gonna land. And they don't have the extra economy to set themselves up for spells. So it's a great game. It's a great game, but it's definitely, I think Pathfinder's definitely a skill game. Like 5e is like, let's all hang out at the table, like, and roll some dice. But like Pathfinder is very much like an actual game, like a board game, like grid-based, turn-based tactical strategy game. And I don't know. I definitely don't think it's the right game for everybody.
That's fair.
Definitely don't think it's
That's
the right
fair.
game for everybody. Yeah.
We did have a question from
Oh.
Pockets. Which NPC would we have been like to be made a B team member in our whole journey we had? Yeah. Okay. There he is.
I'm pretty sure Viewslog was
I would say
was what we
Viewslog.
really wanted.
Yeah, it was Viewslog.
I wanted Jeremy. That was me. I wanted Jeremy Bean.
Yeah.
I like Jeremy for some reason. Maybe
I
just 'cause of
mean,
his picture.
you could let Henry go and just bring Jeremy Bean into Stolen Fate. Yeah.
No.
Didn't he get blown up or something? Like, didn't we really fuck that body up?
But listen, I gave you guys 3 chances to recruit Vuslog. No one could land the fucking persuasion on him. Do you know what I'm saying?
happened.
Like, yeah.
I respect him for hating us.
Oh, we could have had the big jelly guy.
Yeah, what
Oh
happened-
my gosh.
What happened to him? Was he on the boat?
Olaf.
He threw himself over the side. So
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, he took his chances. So
Okay.
I personally would have liked Bonnie to be on our B team.
Bonnie would have been a good one. She did. There was a moment where you could have recruited Bonnie for your B team. It was when her own gang shot up her favorite club, like the Steaming Kingdom or whatever. Like she was not happy about that. Like she probably could have been convinced, like, hey, the Golden Gunners, they're no good. But the Golden Gunners are very much like the kind of crime family that you don't quit the Golden Gunners once you're in the Golden Gunners. So, but yeah, she might have.
Here.
I was sad for the globetrotting goblin, because there was multiple chances to meet her throughout the adventure. Gigi the goblin globetrotter, and I finally just kind of threw her in there on the boat, and you ran into her, and then she died instantly.
Hey, that's what happens when you hang out
Yeah.
with Sean Gattleby, is you die. That's okay.
Is that what happens?
Yeah, that's what
Okay.
happens.
Yeah. Good
Mm,
job. Any major things you would have anything else you would have changed about the adventure? Out of curiosity.
I could run you through the quick edits that I made. So I added the intro session or the intro scene where they were like feeding you to a mutant beast in the desert because I thought that's kind of a sci fantasy crime situation, right? You're being fed to a sarlacc in the desert. What was it? They didn't provide any sewer maps at all, even though they referenced the sewer all the time. So everything that happened in the sewer, I had to make and populate myself. The other group spent a lot of time in the sewers, so there was a lot of sewer encounters for the other group. You guys were kind of in and out on the sewers for the most part. What else? They didn't provide anything for the rodeo. They're like, just have them roll a couple of skill checks and call it a day. And I was like, this is a cowboy adventure. Why would you have an actual rodeo thing? That would have been cool. So that was my first thing trying to homebrew mechanics. Was that. So it was a little rough, but I was like, I feel like there needs to be some kind of actual rodeo. There was an underground fight club that you guys didn't go to. That was some side content. Obviously, the rescue or revive Jericho Darling stuff was side content. I made a bigger map for the dead spot because the dead spot they provided was like 20 by 20.
And they're like, yeah, these guys ride around and shoot at long range with their rifles.
I'm like, do they? Where?
With what
Where are they?
Do I in their flip maps?
Yeah, do I just tell the players that, we're theater of the minding this fight? Like, because I ain't going to have these dudes with these fucking 300-foot guns stand 5 feet away from the fighters. This is not going to happen. You know what I mean? So, of course, in doing that, I made it one of the hardest encounters in the game, I think. But, it's whatever.
I think the summoned monster was really the big thing that caused that to be worse.
Sorry.
Yeah, true. Obviously, that was Jericho's baby.
Well, it was,
but it was Stone's suggestion.
I
I was gonna do like a regular bone golem, which is much easier to handle. And then he was like, there's this, and I was like, oh, don't mind if I do. Yeah, that's perfect.
What happened to my son? Where did he go?
You guys took care of him. Remember, you killed him.
Nope. Did we kill him?
Oh no, I think he ran out of time. He just despawned. He just despawned. Yeah. I was kind of hoping that you would get Golem again as your wild magic surge, and then I was gonna animate the boat. It's gonna be a boat Golem.
I gotta add to my Soul and Fates questionnaire to bring back my son, so we can.
Oh man. What else? What else was homebrewed?
Was there anything else that you would have changed though?
So on the boat, Darby and I actually homebrewed it. So like how the boat was supposed to work raw was all of those hazards were chase obstacles. And anytime you wanted to get from one side of the boat to the other, you had to run a chase minigame to get from one side of the boat to the other. But then we were like, well, what happens if they trigger the whole boat? You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't really do a chase in the middle of a fight, right? Like, so we came up with like every single chase mechanic we converted into a hazard, and then we populated the boat with a hazard, and there was a script for like, because per the adventure it was a 20 round countdown if she triggered the timer, and so she triggered it on round 3, and so it would blow up on round 23, and then there was 20 rounds of what happens after Ebrium initiates the ritual, and we just read off of the script, and it was like boat tilts left, boat tilts right, like boat breaks open, teleport runes go off, and so on and so forth. But all of the hazards were written into the adventure as doing that kind of stuff. We just kind of made them hazards in case we needed them in combat, and then it turned out that we didn't need them in combat. But I could see if like you weren't engaged with anybody, in combat, and you're just like, we need to get to the other side of the boat. Like, that'd be kind of cool. Run a chase scene, right? Or like trying to escape from the boat, right? Like that would be an okay time to do that. But they definitely like plot armored the ritual, because rituals are usually like really complicated and take a long time. And basically, Ebrium just like does a Thanos snap and the boat teleports.
Yeah, I was pretty bummed about that. My entire gadgets I made for the day was about stopping magic and stopping spellcasting, and I'm like, oh,
this is
great.
this is how plot armor it was. They made special versions of the map that were perched atop the waterfall and had holes in the floor where the bomb fell through. So they were very much like choo choo, hop on the linear adventure train. He's gonna teleport this fucking boat. Like the first action he takes, if you encounter him, teleport the boat. Like that was like the first thing he's supposed to do, teleport the boat. He doesn't have. I gave him an actual like item, so you could like steal the item off of him, so he doesn't use the item to trigger the ritual. He doesn't have anything. He just snaps his fingers and activates the ritual. And there was no runes to interact with. Like there wasn't built. There's nothing. Like he just teleports the boat. You don't get to know how. He's magic. He just teleports the boat. He just Yeah, look at him. He's magic. He just magic. He teleports the boat. So I added that he did have to spend an action to use that dagger on his belt. That was the catalyst for the teleporter. And then I did have runes, but the runes are on the bottom of the boat. Which is, in my mind, part of why the teleportation magic got so fucked up, because as everyone knows, the river is full of wild magic pollutants. So he was basically stewing those teleportation runes in wild magic. And that's why the boat started to get just completely wrecked after he teleported, because they went completely haywire.
That the train has provided for us.
Yes, it was a good set piece.
But I did prepare all of my things to prevent it from happening, so it felt a little bad. But you know, it is what it is.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised, because I was like, they're really not qualified to like deal with like disarming a ritual. You know what I mean? Because like the adventure, I think if the adventure had the runes there, in order to make it so like you wouldn't do it, they would have set the DC at like 35, maybe 40, to like disarm the runes, and they really made it hard to do. Like
I brought so many dispel magic gadgets.
Aww.
Yeah.
I didn't get to use them.
And I guess that's a question that's kind of come up on the prep stream for High Noon. High Noon is going really smooth. And they're like, don't you think the players will be disappointed if they do everything perfect? And I was like wondering about that. I'm like, if they go from the bottom of the boat to the top, bamboozling / Assassin's Creed, taking people out, disarming bombs, like the whole deal, if they make it all the way through, and then when they get to Ebrium, there's just the one bomb that's in that room, right, or whatever, and then they're just like caw, and then the rock like just like throws the flies off with the bomb or whatever, like whatever it is, right? If they somehow, and there's enough things that are complicating stuff that who knows, right? Would they be like, haha, perfect, the boat never got teleported, not a single bomb went off, we killed both the bad guys, high five, we're done, like missionary 6? Like, is that good? Like, would you be like, yeah?
I mean, they still have to kill Loveless, though. You know what I mean? Like, they still have to fight the bad guys. I think that might be.
Well, and you guys saw what Kelly saw when he walked into that room. That wasn't an easy room to walk into. There were 2 Gatling guns, like a CR-12 final boss, a CR-10 caster, and then a bunch of guards. You know what I mean? Like, and then you have to somehow stop Ebrium from and again, raw. You have to kill Ebrium or disable him before he can snap his fingies to set off the teleporter. And then same deal with Loveless. Loveless can just I think it's one action, she can just activate the detonator. So even if you immediately kill both of them, you get the keys. Now you still got to get around to all the bombs and stuff like that if you haven't already dealt with them. But if you have dealt with both bombs, the one inside the elephant, which again, how do you deal with the one inside the elephant without alerting everyone who's there that you've messed with the elephant, right? Like, Grom's idea was brilliant. There was a huge explosion, like, out in the river, miles outside of town, where the elephant, blew up. But, like, how do you get it out of the elephant? You know what I'm saying? Like, without causing a ruckus, without causing a scene. Like, there's so much stuff that you have to do right that I couldn't even foresee, right? Like, how you could do all of it without alerting everybody. But they're on track. I think they really do have a chance of making it happen. So I'm curious if you guys had a 5-star, perfectly executed ending. Would that have been a better memory than the absolute mayhem that your final adventure arc was?
Personally, no. I also,
Well, it's different kinds of satisfying.
Yeah, it's different kinds of satisfying. Like, I prefer the way we did it than doing 5 stars. But I also feel like if they really tried the 5 stars, good for them. You know, like, it's one of those things. Like, I don't think we ever were close to achieving 5 stars. We never started. So, like,
Yeah.
the way we did things,
Yeah,
was like,
the
fine.
instant we split up, I was
Yeah.
like, well, we've made our decision.
Yeah, that was our decision. And if they want to do it that way, it might be more satisfying for them to stop them. You know, but I wouldn't trade our outcome for this.
Yeah, like for me, it would be like having a perfect or near perfect game of golf, right? Or I got chased by a fucking alligator when I was trying to golf. You know what I mean? What's a better memory? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like what story could I tell at a party? I'm not gonna be like, yeah, one time I golf really good, and they're gonna be like, oh, that's cool, I guess. Or, yeah, one time I was golfing and a fucking alligator came after me. It was chasing me all over the golf course. It was nuts. Like, that's the difference, right? Between how you guys do things and how
I
the
imagine
other
in the-
groups. Yeah.
I imagine in the moment too, they wouldn't know any different. So for them, it'd just be a success. Like there
Oh,
would
yeah,
wouldn't be any
absolutely.
regret because they would
Yeah.
know. Oh, what could have gone wrong? Oh, that could have gone because it's beyond the scope of. You don't
Don't
know
get
how
me
bad
wrong.
things can go until they actually do go.
They use a lot of wild magic, and they've had several TPKs. They know how bad things could go. They know how bad
Yeah.
things can go. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no. For like the first half of this campaign, it was very much you saying like you guys are just like this is the opposite of what I thought was gonna happen, and then like we hit the cradle, and it was everything from there. We just kind of like whatever. Chaos. We adopted the chaos after the cradle, I think.
I do feel like, yeah, that was like a very transformative experience. You guys were just like, back in town, bitch. Back in town. Just, yeah.
The biggest decision was we didn't just go through the front door at the Tin Wound Hydra Forge. The place we knew we were supposed to go the whole time, because why the hell would you have that giant ass thing that's labeled in the player's guide and everywhere and not use it?
Oh.
Well, especially with your cover story. Like, your cover story was, yeah, we'll deliver the bodies. It's like, okay, cool. Yeah.
Well, because we're like the employee entrance, well, this is where you drop things off, but it wasn't the thought of like, oh, wait a second, we're just a delivery service.
Yeah.
What did the other group do to Muglins? Like, what happened to their Muglin?
They actually handed Muglin over to the authorities.
Wow.
Which is really important because that meant that he verified that 100% they had been framed, and he provided a bunch of useful information about Loveless and the criminal organization and all that stuff. So
I don't regret our choices.
that's fine. I mean, he's a terrible guy. He's a terrible person. Yeah.
I'm gonna need to bail too now.
Oh
Everybody,
yeah. All right, me
I'll
too.
talk to y'all
Me
later.
too.
All right.
All right.
Well, thank you for
it was
watching.
real, guys.
It was
Thank you.
real.
Have a lot of fun. Bye.
Mhm.
We'll see
It
you.
was
We'll
awesome, all.
see you after sunset.
Hey, hey.
I don't know. Something.
I'll see you hopefully sometime in January for Stolen Fate if the other group ever finishes. Hey.
Yeah.